Oh man, I didn't even mean to start. It accidentally started by itself, but it doesn't matter. Hey everybody, I'm the Mac of all games. But if you don't know that already by now, then you're out of the loop. Yeah, you need to learn this information. Uh, yeah, Master of None. And today I'm presenting to you interview with creatives with the boy, the Dark 25, who just arrived. Thank you. I gotta I gotta invite you, fam. Here. Chin. I need my glasses, but today I might not even wear glasses. We'll see.
Yo, what's good, Mac?
Dark, what's happening, fam?
Hey, sorry, it's a little bright in here. I'm in my brother's office. I actually just got my, hair did and all that. So it was long overdue. So I'm a little.
I feel that. I feel that. I feel that. Thank you, Digital Farm, for dropping by. Ain't nothing wrong with that. At least you have a place to do stuff. I mean, most everything is in one room for me.
like, yeah. Oh, he's dimming the light a little. Is that better?
Ah, man, we're not even worried about it. Look how bright I am. I'm like a sun.
That's good. That's good. So my guy on the lighting there.
Guy on the lighting. Okay.
Good.
It's a press conference now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Guess I'll just stay here. All right. So
You're fine, bro. How you doing though?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Y'all want my government or you want my...
Nah, bro. We want the social security card number and the credit card number and all that.
Hey, y'all might start cashing me checks.
Hey, thank you for dropping by. But I did, as I always say, I did send you the questions, so you already know what's about to happen. I will ask follow-up questions, which usually end up me just talking about random stuff in 2 hours long as IG live. So I'm gonna try not to do that today.
Hey. Hey, good, yes.
Hey, Yaz. I don't know why you in this live. I'm over here currently looking at your stream that you're supposed to be starting at 7. So I don't even know why you even here. But okay. Okay.
So, everybody knows I'm the Dark 25, aka the Platinum Gamer. I can give you a little info behind that, but some know me as Brian. Yeah, I am Brian. That's Brian with an I. So, well, one thing I'll drop in real quick is my name, the Dark 25, is actually a take on a comic book, my favorite comic book, which is The Darkness. And 5 came from when I first started my PlayStation 3 account. I was 25 years old. So I merged the two together and I had the Dark 25.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, and I-10 cosplay. Thank you for dropping by. And Black people time. Okay, yes, whatever. That's a
CPT.
Right. I mean, I enjoy. Like I always say, I enjoy people. Excuse me. I enjoy when people find their own unique names, so that people won't get you confused by about somebody else. There could be. You're the Dark 25. There's probably a Dark 36 somewhere, or a Dark 69, but it ain't you. You're Dark 25. I'm just saying, 420 the Dark 69% or something. But it's always, I think, when you create a name, especially as a streamer, it should be unique, something that you love or enjoy or just create it yourself. And I need to turn off this goddamn filter. I'm not this beautiful, bro. I'm not this beautiful. Hold up. Oh, there we go. Normal.
Really using those Mac products.
Exactly. But yeah, so when you have a unique name and you have put some thought into it, I think that it gives you a little bit more flavor, especially in the streaming world, because you have a name and you have an explanation behind it. Some people will be like, oh, yeah, well, when I was 12, I randomized my name and Yeah, that's it, really.
Hmm?
So
I,
it's good
I,
to have. It's
yeah,
good to have that. So
I agree. And you know what? Your name too. Your name represents you. You know, so when people come to your stream or they go to your IG and they see your name and stuff, you know, if you have like, you know, a regular name like Gamer237, it's like okay, you know, everybody's gaming, but you have something that's unique to you.
right.
So I mean, that's cool.
Yeah, that's the. I think that's one of the best things about creating your name. Um, there's only one Dark25 out there, or the Dark25. Thank you, Hakeem Paragon, for dropping by. When I think of Paragons, I think of Sword Art Online, and that's a whole headache in itself. Um, okay, so how long have you been streaming and making content?
Um, Actually, I've only been streaming since last June. Now the thing is, I made my Twitch account back in 2013, I think, and
Okay.
I never really was interested in streaming. I just made it because I think I wanted to check out some friends' content or something. I was like, you know what, there's a chance I might use this, so let me, you know, a little with like what my gamer tag and stuff. But I actually started and towards the end of June, I was
Okay.
when you know the whole COVID pandemic was happening, and I was at home. I was transitioning to working from home, and I was like, you know what? Not to knock anybody, but I didn't want to be somebody that's just home binging Netflix shows and stuff. And I was like, there's nothing wrong with that. Hey, to each his own. But I was like, I wanted more. I wanted to actually learn something, a craft that I wasn't familiar with. So I actually started watching a lot of YouTube videos and just learning about streaming. And then I would watch streams. I never watched the video. I watched like, you know, people that looked like they just started or were coming up or had a, you know, in the hundreds of followers. And I was
Right.
like, I think I could do this. And I didn't think about like the equipment and all that. I said, you know what? I don't financially right now. I'm not trying to, you know, get a computer, all the lighting and all that. I said, let me just start off with my PlayStation and PlayStation camera and see how I feel with that. And then I
Mm.
start from there. And my growth is it's been getting there, you know. And I just said, like I said, I started from my PlayStation 3 and camera. I mean PS4, sorry, and the camera. But here I am now.
I mean, you could have started on your PS3 and camera, but you know, nobody was thinking around that time about streaming and stuff. It was YouTube though. Thank you for dropping by, Wash Bros.
Good
Mm.
bros. Yeah.
Hey, thank you for dropping by, Queen. Um, I think that you being able to start streaming during such a crucial time for for people uh, probably has helped a lot of people that have was doing what you say that you say you weren't knocking them,
Yeah.
but there were probably a lot of people just sitting at home
Yeah.
and just saying, "Damn, bro, this Netflix and no chill because I'm lonely right now. That right hand is kind of sore, you
One
know."
arm, one arm.
Just swole. Like I ain't never skip arm day now that I'm home all the time. You know what I'm saying? So you got those kinds of people and you making content for them and you can definitely be an inspiration for people that you may not have known or that you did know just by starting up your own little thing as well. And I think that people that work from home is a benefit for some and some people don't like that, and it's just you gotta if you stuck at home, you want to do something else, whether be stuck at home, like you
Yeah.
said. Um,
Learn something new and just, you know, like dive into something that I wasn't used to, or, you know, I'm actually fairly new to. And I was like, you know, the streaming stuff, I was like, I think I could do it. So let me first research it. I researched the hell out of it. Like if you looked at my YouTube history, you'd be like, dude, you watch a lot of streaming stuff. And it's like, yeah, because I was interested in it
mhm.
to dive into it and I wanted to learn. And the other thing too with me is that you know how
Hey,
you
Aaron.
pay people to do stuff,
Mhm.
like, you know, that's cool and all, but I wanted to actually learn how it works so that when something doesn't work, I don't have to, you know, reach out to somebody and wait on them. I can figure it out for myself. So,
Right.
and that's one thing I liked about streaming, because it's kind of like my job. Like I'm sort of like the client's IT. I figure stuff out for a living.
Okay.
You know, I figure stuff out, and I teach people things for a living. So how to work the programs, and so I just like, you know, transition that into streaming, and it's helped my growth a lot. You know?
Mm-hmm. So. It goes down to the same thing that I think it was Queen who said that, you know, having did certain things in her outside of her streaming and learning from that and putting it towards streaming, and, you know, just in general, it's always great to be able to, or having have had learned stuff from Twitch and streaming and putting that onto things that, you know, outside of Twitch, and be able to learn those, or have had learned those things and being able to apply them. And as you said, you know, your IT and stuff like that, you know, being a person that has probably never really touched computers before, and you streaming on Twitch, and every single day you got a tech issue, you're gonna be a IT specialist before, you know, the end of the year.
And disclaimer, I'm not an IT specialist, guys. I'm a document specialist. So I teach people how to use the software, which is for financial documents. So don't ask me.
Oh. Oh, okay. So basically what you're saying is you're an IT specialist, nigga. No, I'm just kidding, bro.
I like that.
But
you know, and that's another thing too. Like what I learned with streaming was that, you know, like when you start off with your PlayStation camera, you really can't give the people who you are. You can give them, they can see you and hear you, but there's other things that you can incorporate later on, as you know, as your stream grows. You know, like your overlay, what gifts you use that pop up in your stream, what alerts pop up and stuff, the music, and you know, that's as you transition and stuff. So I was just like, first, I want to get my foot on the ground by just jumping in. I'm gonna dive right in, and, you know, and learn it as I go. You know, that's
right.
How I met you, how I met Blasphemous. Shout out to Blasphemous. And it was because he rated your stream.
That's
how I met you.
Family gaming.
Yo, what's good, fam? Yeah, man. So, like I said, it's only been about 7, almost 8 months that I've been streaming.
And your growth has been immaculate. I mean, I definitely started streaming in March, but your growth has been immaculate, and you have always been putting in that work. You have always been putting more and more into your craft. You're not slowing down either, and you're also making sure you're supporting other people, and those people see that that you support are supporting you, and that networking that you have going on, and the people you play with, they respond to you very, very well, and that. Like I said, is a good big chunk of your the increase in what you're doing, because you're networking, you're talking to people, you're doing what you love to do, and you're sharing that love with other people, and you're sharing those people with other people, and I think that is pretty great, because even for me, what you're doing has helped me as well, and I have met people, as you said, you met me through Blasphemous, and I have met, you know, the same situation that I've met other people from your streams, and, you know, and network with them. So, and I think that through me, you've met Yaz. So it's always like somebody's meeting somebody that you know,
Yep.
it just you find that networking. He was always good with supporting players, great content. He's always very supportive, and that shows with just people comments there. And that makes me enjoy your content. I don't be around often because you be playing games that I be trying to play and be spoiling it for me. But
I get it. And you know, before streaming, like I've always been like that. Like I always you know, try to help where I can. And it started for me like on PlayStation 3, and that's where I met like a lot of people. I had like, you know, their life stories, and I just like I take it in, and you know that bond. And my thing is like, well, my growth is for me is like when I learn something, I never have a problem helping somebody else learn it too because I know the struggles of learning it. And if I can kind of help them bypass some of them struggles, then they could, you know, as they pay it forward. So like they'll be like, well, you know, he taught me how to do this. Now I can help somebody else do it, and it's just keep paying it forward, you know. And it's like we all want to grow, but some of us don't have the connections that others have, and the connections being like, oh, we can't just say, oh, here's $100, do this for me, this and that. You have to learn how to do it, but some of us don't know the avenues to, you know, to find those ways there. And so for me, it's like I like researching stuff and learning stuff, and like learning new stuff in my stream. Like my viewers asked me to put a death counter in my stream because I die a lot in my games because I'm playing them on the hardest difficulty. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna learn this. So I figured out how to put the death counter in the chat, and I say I took it a little step forward. I figured out how to do the HTML coding to put it physically on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
I told other people like, oh, they like the death counter. I was like, if you want, I can show you the death counter now. You know, so.
Right, and and that's like I said, that's a good thing. I feel like for me personally, when I first started, you know, I wanted to be how you are, and I continue to strive to be how you are as well as a supporter and just making great content in general. Because you know, your support is a good part of you, but your content is also the better. Well, I won't say the better part, but also a good portion of who you are. You know, and it's like I think I said with the Queen yesterday. You know, uh, I was in your chat and I said that, you know, someone came in by your stream and it was like, yeah, I only came in here because I like the way your graphics look. And I remember that day. That was the only thing that person, well, I don't think that was the only person, the thing that a person said, but it caught my eye. And I was like, yeah, you know, if you see this person's stuff, you know, if you see dark stuff while he's playing, it pops out at you. You know, it's big enough. The overlay is put up a certain way where it's like, man, you can see it in any capacity. You can see it on a computer. You can see it on a mobile when you scroll and do stuff or whatever. In whatever game you may be playing at the time, and you playing on the hardest difficulties. People resonate with that. People will see that, and you know, as also being a non-IT specialist as you are, and be able to help people outside of work. You know, well, not outside of work, but inside of work, and then bring it that same aspect that you have doing when you do work into streaming. You know, it's basically you don't skip a beat. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't. Hey, Mythical, thank you for dropping by. So, you know, I know a lot of people and are thankful, even myself, for you in their streaming career in their lives. You know, so thank you, man.
Yeah, man, no problem, man. You know, it's just like I like to see y'all grow as well, you know. And excuse me. So it's like, you know, anything I learn, I tell people, hey, send me a whisper. When I get a chance, I'll jump in your stream or let me know when you have some free time and I'll show you how to do it. Or if I don't know something, I'll try to learn it and incorporate it in my stream. That way I can be like, okay, well, I figured it out. Here's what you need to do. Boop, 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 bam. You know, so yeah, and I actually like that. Like you said, it's kind of like from my job to here, but with streaming, I enjoy it more, you know?
You better.
But yeah, man, so.
I mean, personally, I don't know. Not everybody likes their job. I mean, even streaming as a job, I feel like it can be very stressful. Wash Bro said a one-man army over here, figuring out all the stream stuff, especially how you figured out the tombstone rip overlay sign. And that's just one thing. And I tell people, like, I forgot who I told this to. All my interviews last week was kind of a blur now. But I told them that I had what was I just thinking about? Now I don't lost my train of thought saying that. Shit. I don't forgot. Whatever it was probably was not important at the time. I'll figure it out later. And yeah. I forgot what I was about to say.
You know what it is too for me sometimes it's like there's a few sayings I go by. So like one of them is I'd rather fail trying than fail not trying, you know, at all. Like just fail from jump. I'd rather try to learn something, and if I can't learn it, or it's hard, okay, at least I tried. Instead of just saying, nah, I can't do the death counter, y'all. I don't know how to do it.
Right. And
Patients out there, like you saying, YouTube Academy. I call it YouTube University.
right. That's what I'm saying. And when it comes to that, I remember what I was going to say now. Uh, that I said that when it comes to tutorials and all that stuff, I'm looking for stuff that is the shortest thing I could find, and then I will watch that. And that's why a lot of YouTube tutorials that are less than they'll always have that thing that say, you know, how to stream in less than 5 minutes or whatever it is. It always they put in the sentence, they put it in the title so that you know this is a very short video and you might go into it. Like I just did that today because I was like I looked up I'm over here editing this video for YouTube, and I was like, how do I fade in and out on DaVinci Resolve? And I looked up for the first video. The first video was like a minute long. I said, good, I'm gonna watch that. I watched it. I found all the information. I didn't watch the beginning. I didn't watch the end. I just saw what I needed, and I went going, and I put it up there on my stuff. Family Gaming said that he can't wait to play a game with you. That's going to be a funny stream.
I'm looking forward to that, too. And you know what, Mac, to add on to what you were saying, like the short videos of YouTube, what I like, too, about YouTube is that, you know, they'll be like, let's say there's an hour-long video. Somebody is watching that video, and they're thinking exactly what you're thinking. You know what, this video is too long. It's an hour. I could make this 20 minutes or, you know, 15. So if you look, you will find it, you know?
Right. But I think a lot of people, they make those long videos because they want people to watch it. And because YouTube won't really give you any credit if your shit ain't 15 minutes or longer. Mm-hmm. So they make it long enough so that it can monetize it and get that money. I don't know how to say that word. I'm not really going to fuck with that word. We're still on the second question. Now the third one. So, what motivates you to keep streaming and making content? Thank you, Neo. I'm gonna call you Neo because I don't feel like saying that. Neo versus Neo. I got you, bro. I'm gonna say it.
So, what motivates me is it's actually I was doing the same thing before streaming, like creating content. Because I have a YouTube page. I rarely use it, but for me, I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna be home playing my game anyway. Because y'all know how I be doing like them 10, 12-hour gaming. I was doing that before I was streaming.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I was like, why not stream my stuff and have other people? Because I used to have people come in my games and talk with me and stuff too. So I was like, you know what? I could just do this in streaming. And I was like, I don't mind people coming in and talking with me during the game. I don't lose focus. You know, I'll be like, hey, chat, just give me a minute. This is a difficult part. I'm going to, you know, just try to get through it, and then I'll talk with y'all and stuff. But I was just like, my motivation is like, I love games, you know, and my love of games started from my father. He brought us the first system I had was the Nintendo, and me and my brothers. I have 3 brothers.
Okay.
All gamers. And also, shout out to my brother, Bitmap Gaming. He's the one that, Bitmap, he created my overlay. His GF Doom is his Twitch channel. But yeah, and so like my love for gaming grew there, and ever since it's never left. And throughout the years, I've been different systems, but I've always had the love for gaming, and I don't mind sharing my love for gaming with others, you know. And it's just like Twitch just kind of went hand in hand for me. So I was like, I was already comfortable talking to people because I was doing that for a living, you know, and people almost every day. So I was just. I have no problem doing that, and I have no problem gaming, so merge the two together, and I'm on Twitch.
Right. And that's always something that people never understand, is that when you already do something, also thank you, Miss Teal, for stopping by. When you already do something, you can literally incorporate that with streaming, especially when it comes to video games. Now, what I normally do, like I could, but then I realized that I don't be getting sleep. Like if I was playing video games all night like I normally do, I'd probably be playing until like 3 a.m. That's probably how I do it. But I realized that I need sleep. But, you know, I could probably go that far. But again, I need sleep because sometimes I personally be up after I finish streaming. I just be like, damn, I can't go to sleep. I should just kept streaming. And then I'd be like, okay, and then I'll be like, damn, I'm up again. So what one thing again that people don't realize is that what you already do can be streamable. You know, whether that's doing music, whether that's doing art, whether that's playing video games. If it's something you already do,
Yeah.
you can put it
Stream.
on Twitch. You know,
Yeah.
you can stream that. And you don't have to always show your face either. You know,
Yeah.
if you're doing artwork, you can do, if you're doing digital artwork, you can just show how you draw in digital artwork. People will watch that. You could do, if you're doing, you know, hands-on artwork, you know, people will watch you do that too as well. You know, like, I mean, I would definitely, if somebody watched me sit here and do this, like, you know, I got this like a little, you know, this is beautiful, right? This is amazing. It's a, we're not going to talk about that. But people would watch that, you know, they learn something from it. And it's not like YouTube where, you don't get a personal experience with a person or whatever. You can comment on it, but you don't get that same feeling that you get when you talk to someone. And I think that the live streaming aspect of Twitch is one of the most important aspects of it, if not the best part of it, because you want the personal connection with the people that you are viewing. That's why you on Twitch. And
You're right.
so I was saying that, I think I told that to Queen. I might have talked to Queen or TB, but I was just saying, like, you know, people, you know, make the Twitch, they make it. Those are your followers, you know, those are the people that care about what you're thinking. And I believe I said, like, it's hard for me to be like, okay, if I ever reach that point where I'm like 100,000 people in my chat, I can't keep up with that. Yeah, I think I was talking to you about that. Like, I can't keep up with that. Like, you know, those types of people also have a secondary person that literally reads the most important, you know, chat messages to you so that you can respond. Because that is a lot of people, and they're all saying something. And then you got like some people that, you know, you're just spamming a whole bunch of fucking emotes, and then there's other people trying to talk to you. It's so much. And, you know, meeting people and doing, like I said, just doing things that you normally do out of stream while streaming is awesome, you know, and it's helpful because you meet more people. You know, you make a connection. I think that's one of the things that are necessary. Like, I don't get the vibes that you do what you do for money. You know, some people are money, some people are for money, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but
and I got
a lot of enjoyment, and if the money comes, the money comes. Like I was talking to somebody, I can't remember who, but I was just like, you know, I'm not in this to be like, oh, a big top streamer. I'm like, if it happens, it happens. But if it does, I'm still happy. As long as I'm happy doing what I do, you know, the money and whatever, it'll come if it's supposed to come, you know. And to add to what you were saying earlier, I feel that there's an audience for everything. You know?
Yeah.
There's an audience for everything. You know, if there's a guy that's just sitting there tearing mail up for an hour, somebody wants to watch him, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Into that, right. You know? So there's an audience for everything. So it's just like, and, you know, whatever you feel that you can bring to, you don't have to be like, you know, this other person or alter ego. If you want to, you can do that. But if you just want to be yourself, you want to play your game, and you want to people have comfort in that, you know? Like people like watching those YouTube videos of people eating, and there's an audience thing, you know. You'll find your audience, so you'll grow into something, you know, more than what you thought you could be. You know, some people just think they're just gonna sit here and not think they want to just sit there and play one game. Okay, that's you. But if you don't feel that you're growing, you know why, you know.
Right. And it's hard to expand when you are focused, and for what you're saying, it's hard to expand when you're focusing on one game. You know, if you're a person that has and always will play Fortnite, but then you start getting burned out of Fortnite, isn't going in the direction that you felt like it was supposed to be going on, then you switch it up. Like, okay, guys, well, now I want to play Call of Duty. And then all your Fortnite fans, your hundreds of thousands of followers, will
Yep.
run up to be 5 people that said, "Oh, you want to play Call of Duty? I like Call of Duty still." So it's
Yeah.
so hard, and that's why, as you know, I feel like you, I, and other people who are variety streamers, we don't really have that issue, and people that come into the chat will know. Well, not what people that come in the chat, but our followers will know that okay, they play different games. They're not always unfocused on one game. Now, there might be a game that they specifically like you playing that you might play often, like Street Fighter or any other fighting game. In your case, and they'll come back for that, so they know that that's coming. But
Yeah.
for a new viewership, they come for that game, and then they might leave. But I don't think anybody's really worried about losing followers because they want to play the game that they enjoy.
They coming in, and you know what it is too. Is play what you want and enjoy it. There's an audience. Like I said, there's an audience for everything. It may not be an audience as you might want for certain games, but play what you enjoy and stuff. And then if you want to try something out different, try it out. Just go for it. Why not? What have you really got to lose? It's not like if you don't do good, you got to pay somebody or something. No, you just playing your game, and whatever happens, happens. Enjoy what you're doing. Don't worry about, like you said, don't worry about the numbers, and don't get all deep into that. Just play and learn as you grow. And like you said, if you want to only play one game and then you switch over to another game, you got to remember too that. I know I'm jumping ahead and I'm giving advice too, but what I've learned is that, people, and what my brother was also telling me too, is like people don't come sometimes for the game you're playing. They come for you,
Yep.
And it's some people when they're first new to your stream and they see like, damn, this guy is really, he's relaxed, he's humble, and he's cool, man. And we're laughing and we having conversations about stuff, and it's that atmosphere where you're welcome, and that's what you always want people to be welcome to your stream. You don't want them to be one and done. Like, I know like you are always busy, and our stream time kind of aligns sometime, or I'm playing a game that you don't want to be spoiled for, and I'm like, yo, I have no problem with you, not watching my stream because I want you to not be spoiled by the game, but just know that, that doesn't mean I'm going to support you any less because I get it,
And so those 2 points are very important anyways. First, the last point you made, people not being in your streams, and I said it a lot, you can't expect another streamer to be in your stream. The whole purpose of you trying to stream and, meet new people, shouldn't be to have somebody that is always going to be there to support you or whatever. You should have somebody, you should meet people or, follow other streamers because you enjoy their stuff, not for what they can always do for you. Like, you can utilize what they have and, get help from them and all this other stuff. And if they feel free to use their connections to help you out, then, that's what's going to happen. And the second point is that, I said it over majority of my interviews, and, as you said, as I say, you are the product. You are the main focus of your stream always. No matter what you play, they could be somewhere. You could be watching Ninja playing Fortnite, but somebody out there is watching you play Fortnite or whatever you are playing. I don't know what he plays now. I don't even know he plays Fortnite. I don't care about him. Doesn't matter. I don't say I don't like Ninja. Just don't really have a personal connection to Ninja to care. But
I watched any of his streams.
Me neither. Doesn't say there's nothing wrong with him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't ever plan to anyway. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I like watching as like me, the smaller guy, the person that's new and that's growing and like, they're learning their way and figuring this stuff out. They got their platform, they got their people, and it's more power to them and stuff, But for me, I like kind of like we're like the underdogs and stuff, So and I like that, and that we're growing. Like I seen how much your stream has grown. I seen how much Blast stream is growing. Look at Yaz stream, her stream is growing, and even Queen, her stream is growing because And I like that, and it's just like we all are growing and stuff, but we all help each other,
Right.
It's a community, pretty much, So, it's just like, sometimes we just come in and we lurk, but alert helps too, because alert will help boost you up in that algorithm, the browsing, so you're not at the bottom of the queue, so you
Right.
more see your stream. So.
Right, exactly. That was only the third question. So, what is your favorite video game of all time and why?
All right. Whew, well, like I said, I've been playing the game since the first
You can
Nintendo.
pick three. You can pick three.
All right. Well, all right. My first game is Contra 3, The Alien Wars. That's for Super Nintendo. And the reason why that's one of my favorite games is because me and my brother, whose house I'm in right now, we got to the point, we loved that game so much that we went through every difficulty setting of that game. And remember, this is Super Nintendo. There was no save,
I
And
know, bro. I know.
I seen you playing it recently.
I know.
We went through every setting of that game to the point that we call ourselves the Contra Brothers because we destroyed that game. And then we went on to play other Contras, but it was never the same feeling as Contra 3: The Alien Wars. Another game that was a favorite of mine was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time.
Okay.
That was a favorite of mine because you can play multiple people. So, and like I said, I have three brothers. There's four of us. We all could play the games and stuff together, And another game for me would have to be for the Sega Saturn, Guardian Heroes. Guardian Heroes was man, that game. I love that game because my family took us, my mom and dad took us to Epcot Center. And Epcot Center, they had this dome, and it was like the Sega Dome or something. And it was just but Genesis in there, Sega Saturn, the first Genesis, and the 30s. All the systems are in there for people to play. And I happened upon the Sega Saturn, and I fell in love with it. And I was like, I got to get me one of these systems. So I went to school. When I was in school, my first job, I was working in the mailroom. I was like, I'm buying a Sega Saturn. And I brought my Sega Saturn, and that was the first system that I ever brought with my own money. I the Nintendo, Super Nintendo, but those were gifted. But the Sega Saturn was what I physically went out and put my money down. I worked for it, and I just love that system, man. So,
well, I think that, and it's what Queen said, family bonding. I think that it's always great when you have positive memories about stuff that that you can really remember in your lifetime. A lot of it's the same thing when you have a bad breakup and that specific song that you probably listened to 700 times reminds you of that person or whatever, and then you have a game that reminds you of the bond that you have with your brothers. Not saying that you aren't close now, but something that you reminisce upon, like, man, you remember when we used to play this game, blah blah blah. It was really great, and you get to share that story with other people. And I have a big family, but I didn't really have when I grew up, I didn't have any brothers or sisters around that time. So I was by myself for 10 years. And I did have a best friend, but I don't remember recalling playing games with him. But I did play games by myself a lot, which was sad, but I still was able to play games, and I can still remember them now. So I still like the games that I played the first on my Wormhole Wednesday, which was Zombies Ate My Neighbors. It was one of my favorite games.
I see you playing. That took me back too. I remember that one. Mm-hmm.
So it's something it's something that I remember playing in my grandpa's living room, aka also my bedroom, because I used to go to sleep on the couch all the time, even though I had my own room, sort of. And and I just I remember how it looked, and I like when games give you that nostalgia, not just from the game itself, but from the happy moments that came along with it. Or even it could have been thank you for dropping by, Devin. It could even be a sad moment, but that game was a relief for you during those bad times. It's just games are so
mm-hmm. It's so funny that you said that because I was thinking too. I was just like, like reading material, like novels, like comics. Video games are kind of an escape too.
Yeah.
It's like like because you don't have so many things that you can like just escape to or go off to. But like when you home, when you're a kid, you have video games. You can become the superpowered guy that's flying, running on water, and doing all this cool stuff. And it's just like, man, it's that feeling. And like you said, when you bond with other people that don't necessarily have to be like family, like a friend or somebody that's like playing the same game, y'all like, yo, did you get to level 3? Like, oh man, it's so hard. And you're like, yo, I beat it. I'm like, no way. That bond, and you build that. And then as you grow older and stuff, you look back on those times and you like, damn man, those were some good times, like the gaming, it helps, and it builds bonds. Like I made so many friendships, Mac, through gaming, like you wouldn't believe, so many friendships just through gaming. Because I'm not really a big outside guy. I'm a bit of an introvert. Most people know me, and just like, and I bond with a lot of people through gaming, and it's to the level of like now we're doing an interview,
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, I feel like that's how I met a lot of people as well. And gaming is universal in so many ways. It has such a wide spectrum of what it can do. It can help people. There are people. It help people, like you said. It helps people escape, and there's so many people that uses that to either become great at it, or even just as a way to cope with life itself. And, sometimes it motivates them to even make it a job. They become, game directors. They become game publishers, or, they make the animators and sound effects. All of that just comes from playing a game from back in the 80s or 90s or now. That stuff motivates people, and it's amazing. To what an extent that games can do. And it's so, and I think I told this to somebody, I don't remember who it was in my interviews, but it's so crazy how people be like, oh no, videos can make you violent. I'm just like, no, your child is evil.
Yeah.
Don't play video games. Your child is evil. You need to go handle that, sir.
Man. Yeah. Like my brother said, it kept us off the streets. He's right about that,
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for me personally, I didn't have a lot of video games. There was a point in time where I didn't have any video games, but I know that excuse me. I know that when you have another outlet, it does keep you away from negative stuff. And it's so crazy how parents are so focused on what video games can do in a negative sense, but never look at the positive,
Yeah.
And even now, it's funny because you got kids all over the world playing video games. And then sometimes you got kids all over the world with a phone in their hand watching a PBS kids show, TV show, whatever. Like, they just throwing the phone at them. Go ahead, go over there and shut up.
Yeah.
Go over there and shut up. I don't want to see your face. Just throwing it at them. Like, back in the day, they was like, you gotta come in before the street lights come on, but they wanted you outside. They didn't want you to see you. You couldn't stay in the house. Nowadays you can't leave the house. So
I was fortunate enough to that my mother and father, they never frowned upon it. Like, they actually, it was like a reward. Like, you doing good in school, boom, it's this game, it's that game, make sure you're just doing what you're supposed to do in school and you can play your game. So I got to the point where I was getting good enough in school. I was doing my homework in the lunch time so that I could go home and just play my games and stuff, man. And it just grew on me, and it's just ever since. And like, a thing I like too is, like you said, how it's kind of an escape is also, how games used to be frowned upon years ago, but now it's like kids can play them and they can see like, wow, somebody had that much of an imagination. My imagination is like that too. I want to start making games, and now they can start learning how to make their own games. They can use Unity and YouTube and so on and so forth. And it's like, it's just dope how far gaming has come. Like, it was frowned upon before, but now it's like in the forefront, and everybody's like, oh man, it's like, hey, we've been doing this, like, like we've been in this, like we've been playing games, man.
Yeah, video games is very influential now. And my other thing was also, it was two things I was gonna say. One of the things I was gonna say was that, it's accessible for everyone.
Yeah.
There's that one guy who, uh, I'm pretty sure there was a dude that played Legend of Zelda while he was blind. And
Hmm.
then there was somebody else that played Call of Duty where he was paralyzed and he only used his tongue, his mouth, to play Call of Duty.
I know a guy like that. His
Um,
name is Brawly Legs. He plays Street Fighter, and he's a really good Chun Li. And he plays. I actually met him at E3. If you get the very last social E3, I met him, and
mm,
he's a cool dude, man. Like I walked up to him and he was talking, and he actually got me to get into a little Street Fighter tournament that they had there, and actually I won like a T-shirt and stuff. But it was cool. But yeah,
right.
man. Just,
So it's so easily accessible with for so many people, and it doesn't stop. And as I said, it's a escapism from reality. You are, as you said, you could be anything you want. You could be a superhero. You could be Tomb Raider. You can be
it's a
a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Not I want to say advanced, but so it's expansive. With the ideas and stuff, and that's what make videos games great. I
yeah.
forgot my second point, so that way I'm going to move to my next question, whichever that was. Right. So what platforms do you make content on?
Currently, I make content on Twitch. I actually have a YouTube page, but I'm still figuring out exactly what I want to do on that. 'Cause I was just posting clips, but nobody really goes to watch, your old clips and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with YouTube. Like I like the stuff that you do, the content that you've been creating. I'm like, oh, that's kind of dope. Right? I'm not gonna be like, don't steal Max stuff, but I'm like, yo, that's actually got the gears turning. Where I'm like, okay, I can do more than just post clips. I can do little funny skits or something, or something. I'll figure out. It'd be gaming related because I'm like heavy into gaming, so it'll most likely be gaming related. But so YouTube and Twitch, that's what I'm on.
All right. Those who don't know, now you know.
Also, I do some stuff on the Instagram, on those grams you kids call it.
The grams. um, I think you already answered this question. I don't know why I put it there.
Mhm.
Uh, you already answered what made you start streaming. I think it was kind of mixed up with your answer of how long you've been streaming.
No, I've been
Um,
7 months, almost 8 months.
mhm.
Last June. Hmm.
So did you answer that question? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to make sure.
Which
Anyways,
one?
it doesn't matter because I don't remember. But what made you start streaming?
Like I said, just sitting at home and wanting to learn something new. And since I was a gamer, streaming went hand in hand with my gaming because I could just stream my video games. So that's what got me into streaming was that one, I was sitting at home. I didn't want to just sit and watch a bunch of shows. I wanted to actually learn something new, something I wasn't familiar with, and,
Right.
and learn the ins and outs of it because I've seen a lot of people do it, and I was like, you know what, I think I could do that. I could probably do that. And I was like, at least if I don't do good at it, okay, but at least I tried something different. I always got to keep doing something new. I just don't want to be there and sit and get stale or, you know. So
I, you're
that's
right.
mhm.
And I was making sure that you did answer that question. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you answered this question.
Man,
I'm gonna.
let me tell you something, Mac. I got no problem repeating stuff. Like I tell clients when I'm working, ask me 1,000 questions. I don't care. Ask me, I'll give you the answer until you get it. You're gonna learn.
I understand that.
Yeah.
So I just
So
put those two questions together. I just put how long you've been streaming and what made you start streaming content together. Because I feel like every time, for the last couple of days, every time somebody asks somebody that question, they answer that question with that question. So it's like I might as well just put those two together.
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. But yeah, like I said, it's nobody would know that the dark exists. So we
Yeah.
just at home scratching his balls, watching Netflix.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Good to apply it. Yeah, exactly. Good to be able to apply the things that you love to what you do outside of work, especially if you enjoy it. Um,
Yeah, and shout out to my brothers there. They actually have been a big influence in my streaming too. Like they've actually helped me. Like my brother created my overlay. My other brother, Digital Flan, he created my QR code that you scan on my screen, get all my info, and they helped me like kind of be like, nah, I don't think you should use that color. Try this color. This color's better on. So
that's so it's not just a single man endeavor.
yeah,
Have a support system, not just online, but offline as well to help you do
yeah,
something that they know that you enjoy, and that's not everybody has that, and that
you're
sucks.
right. You're right.
I can't really say I know my family supports me.
Mm-hmm.
What I do, but I don't necessarily share that with them for several
Yeah,
reasons.
yeah.
But
And yeah, you know what it is too. Also, is for me, it's always it's good to help to ask somebody that's in the same realm of what you're doing, or enjoys also part of what you're doing, so they can have some kind of input that you can kind of see eye to eye on, or be like, oh, like 'cause if you ask somebody who doesn't play video games something, you kind of like, yeah, but,
kind of fun, yeah. um, yeah. So that's pretty dope. Glad to see it. Glad to see that it's also a family thing, not just a single person thing.
mm-hmm,
An individual really.
mm-hmm,
We have 6 questions left. Okay, we'll be
mm-hmm.
7, but put it together. Okay, so what are some of the achievements that you are proud of that you've reached since you started?
Some of the achievements that I'm proud of. What's funny? I actually never really like set any goals where I wanted to be like. How people are like, oh, I want 50 subscribers, or what actually got me started is I seen that Twitch had those achievements. Get 50 followers and this and that, and I was like, oh, you know what? I want to see if I can meet some of those achievements and get affiliate, and I met those achievements, and not only that, one thing for me has just been I'm always trying to find ways to better my stream. Doesn't necessarily mean how to make it look all flashy and this and that, but just things I can implement into my stream that when people come they'll be like, oh wow. Like some people I haven't been in my stream for a while, when they do come back, they're like, whoa man, you've been in here working. And I'm like, yeah man, I want to keep learning stuff. And like I said too, I can also take that stuff that I learned and I can give it to somebody else. And then when people go in their stream and they're like, oh man, damn, that's real great. Then, it just goes on from there. It's like a ripple effect. And that's what works for me.
And I think that what you said about the Twitch achievements, that was also something that motivated me in the beginning as well, in terms of like reaching a goal or something like that. I was looking at how many hours I needed to put in for a week or whatever it was, or just to work on for a Twitch affiliate. You can get partners way too long
Yeah,
for a stroke right now, and that's just to get
yeah,
75 average viewers.
yeah.
That's so
Mhm.
hard at the moment
It
until you
is.
start broadening,
Exactly.
broadening your content, and it's really, I feel like when it comes to that, it's really up to the people.
Yeah,
It's
it
up
is.
to the people to share your stuff, and it's up to you to share your stuff as well. And so, I tell people, on all platforms, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. I don't really use Instagram. I mean, Twitter to promote my content all the time, but like, I
Yeah.
try to post something from here and there.
Use any resources that you can. Any resources, especially if they're free resources. Why not? If you want to do like this Tumblr, if you have blog, post your stuff on Tumblr, post your stuff on Instagram. If you want to make a Facebook just for your gaming, make a Facebook just for your gaming. Or use whatever resources you have at your fingertips that you feel comfortable using, that are you don't have to invest in. So
Right.
you don't really have anything to lose. So some might hit, some might miss, but I'd rather have more out there that can hit and miss than to have nothing, and you just miss it, you know?
Exactly. And that's why I post. And I don't know if it bothers people, and I think it do. But it's just like, I don't expect me to get seen if I don't post nothing. But,
Yeah,
so it's like, I post all the time. I post
yeah,
all the time for a reason. But,
it,
it's
it,
to get
yeah,
my content out there. I am one man facing a million
exactly,
other people at one
exactly.
time. I
Yep,
need to promote myself.
yep.
And I know what I'm doing is a good thing, and I'll get to that point in a 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not posting your content everywhere, you can't expect to grow.
Yeah,
That's better. And you are fighting a million people on every platform that you are on. Not just
you're right.
Instagram,
Right.
Twitch, Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
YouTube, all of them. But
Mm-hmm.
like I said before, it requires people and yourself to share and like and
Yeah,
do that word
yep,
of mouth thing for you to grow. That's how people go viral and all that other stuff.
yeah.
And
You're right.
and
Yeah,
just from interacting with when being in your streams, when people come raiding in there and you get like 20 extra people on your stream and stuff like that, and people will stay for
yeah,
you, not for any other reason, and they get to know you and they start talking to you and then they follow you, and that's always a benefit, and that's just from you being in other people's streams, you supporting them, you conversating with them, and like I said earlier in the beginning, your support is
mm-hmm.
a good portion of you as a streamer. What makes you a better streamer than half of the people out there? And but what I was saying before was that I know that my posting works because the other day, someone had rated my channel that I never met before,
Mm-hmm.
and they asked me a question. They said, and it was like, this will determine whether I follow you or not. They said, thank you, Cam, too, for joining. They asked me, they said, which is better, Cocoa Rice Krispies
Mm-hmm.
or Cocoa Pebbles? And so I said, well, Cocoa Rice Krispies is just Rice Krispies and blackface. So I don't do that here. So, Cocoa Pebbles. And I got me a follow. And then, there's like, oh, that was a good answer. And then so I said, they was like, yeah, man, I meant to follow you a long time ago, when you posted that clip on Instagram. I was like, oh, really? What clip was that? And they said it was a clip where I was screaming. I'm like, oh, okay. I know what clip it was, but I didn't feel like explaining it all that. But, it was a clip where I was screaming. I was like, oh, okay, cool. Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate you being here. And, that means you are enjoying my content,
Yeah,
among other things. And that's how I know doing what I'm doing is reaching people. It may not be this skyrocketing thing, but posting how I post
mm-hmm.
is reaching enough people for me to start getting some viewership
Yeah.
onto the platform I'm actually trying to focus my direction towards.
Yep.
Um,
One person is better than one less,
right. So so I'm happy about that, and I need to start doing more promotion aspects towards my Twitch because I don't do it. I just post clips and I don't promote a direction towards my Twitch. I just be like, yep, this is a clip. Here,
yeah.
watch it. But I need to start focusing on that. But that's just a me thing. Um, but yeah, Twitch achievements definitely had me going for a minute. I have not looked at Twitch achievement for a while. Thank you, Booms, for dropping by. I haven't watched Twitch achievement for a while. When they tell me I reached my achievement, that's when I still be like, oh, I reached the achievement, cool.
Look at
But
the now and then, because you know what it is when you first start streaming. Some people they don't. Well, when I say some people, I mean me. You don't have a goal where you're like, okay, this month I'm gonna make 50 followers, this and that. But when I seen the achievements kind of start the gears turning. Okay, what kind of goals do I really want when I'm
mm-hmm.
streaming? And I always kept my goals small so that I could meet those goals, and then I would start to expand them a little, broader. Get on, but I was like, you know what? My first goal was to just jump in and stream. And I was just like, you know what? The longer you sit sometimes and think about something, is the longer you're not gonna do it. You know, so sometimes you gotta just, jump in, dive in, especially like with streamers, like what do you got to lose? Okay, people don't come to your stream, and you're gonna have those days where you have like that one viewer, but then you're gonna have days where it's like the next day, and you're like, yo, I have 15 people in here. You gotta take that chance, and you gotta grow, and you gotta just keep improving not only yourself, but the more you improve yourself, the more you improve your content. And what I mean by improve yourself is like, if you have a hard time talking to people, start off small. Go into smaller streamers, stream and talk to them. And I'll save all that when we get to those questions.
All right. Hey, thank you, gamer. I'm not saying you're not saying your last part. You already know this already.
It's just J-Rock. Thanks, J-Rock.
But I think that I don't think I had a direction either, and that was what was great about the Twitch achievements for me. And
I'm just gonna I think you did have a direction, but your first direction was to stream. That's everybody's direction. It's not your one direction, not like band, but
get out of here! You're out!
All right, I'm out of here. But nah, yeah, I get it, because that's everybody's first thing is to stream. It's just to try it out and figure out and from like you, like me, we figured it out as we got there. We took the first step, which is the biggest step. Actually, the two biggest steps is to stream and then have people visually see you, because some people are not comfortable showing themselves, but everybody's gonna look like, $1 million and stuff. So what,
Yeah, people have too high of an expectations when it comes to doing that type of thing, especially when they show their face. And not everybody's the same. And I understand, you don't have to always show your face when you stream. It does give you a more better connection with whoever you're streaming. You're watching the streamer or whatever. At least in my honest opinion. And as you said, improving yourself is one of the most important parts of streaming. And like I said, you are the product. And doing whatever you can to make sure. Hey, thank you, Alter Gaming, for dropping by. You increasing yourself and your content or whatever it is to project yourself as as whatever you want it to be is one of the best parts. And you don't have to when you don't have to fake who you are is one of the best things. I don't think I fake who I am. I think that I'm more of who I am on live or on stream than I am actually outside. I'm an introvert. I don't get to say half the things I get to say. Somebody asks me a question and it's just like, hey, hey Mac, how are you doing tonight? I'm doing okay. I guess I'm okay. I think so. It's like, I can't hear you, bro. What you say? I guess I'm okay. I guess I'm okay. I guess. Hey, bro, you got to speak up a little bit. I can't hear you, son. It's like, I made a whole video about that. I made a whole skit about this. It was reality. So, it's I say for people that don't want to use your camera, if it depends on what you want. I don't know many, if any, big time streamers are not using a camera. And if that's what you want as a career, you're gonna have to step that up. You're gonna have to pull up the pants.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have to be like, okay, I'm gonna go into this shit and I'm gonna do it. I have to. If I don't, I'm not gonna make it too far. And streaming is always about upgrading yourself or your stream in some kind of way. It has to go in a different direction. But I want to say different direction. It has to go in the same direction that you wanted to be in, but it has to be unique. It has to be special. It has to have a lore to your followers or your potential followers to catch them,
As you improve yourself, you'll find that not only you're going to improve yourself, but you're actually going to start improving your stream, and content you put out. Or, it's just not, how, I know, you go into people's streams and they're just like this. and it's
Hey,
like,
Bastard, thank you.
yeah, it's like, you know, if you're gonna be like that, just cut the stream off because people come and they like to feel, you know, they want to interact with you and they build a bond with you and stuff too. And some people don't game at all. I found a lot of people that don't game that come on my stream. They're just like, yo, they just here to watch, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, that's cool. More than welcome to just watch and enjoy the, you know, hopefully I'm making it look good on screen, you know, but yeah, you know, so it's just like if you improve yourself, you know, you be relaxed in your stream. Be the best thing I can do is be myself, and the more I'm comfortable, the more fun I'm having, and maybe the more fun everybody else is having in the chat. You know, throw out a question. Don't have to be about the game, you know, and you see the chat just start going off.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the things I'm trying to prove myself is to try to throw out questions that doesn't have to pertain to the game, but you know, it's just
that's
you know,
like,
just to have it out there, just to you know get you know the chat working. Like I've met a lot of people. You know, some people don't like being in people's chats because you know the chat itself does not pop. You know, they don't know people in there, and it's something you know when it's something I try to put in my own streams without trying to force it. You know, I don't try to force it. I'd be like, you know, such and such have joined the chat. Everybody say, hey, what's to that person, whatever, whatever. If I know how many people are in the chat, I try to do it often, just so that person can feel welcome. Okay, everybody's saying hi to me. You know, I might say hi back, or if I don't say hi back, you know, I know that they recognize that I exist, that I have came into the room, or whatever, whatever.
that's
Yeah,
why
I mean, you can't really see who came into the room if they don't say nothing, but you get what I'm saying.
that's why I throw out, like, you know, I tell people that, you know, I appreciate them coming to the stream because I genuinely do. Because if they didn't come to the stream, you'd just be playing the game by yourself on stream. So, you know, you throw out random questions. That's like a friend of mine's Nightmare Effect. He throws out questions. He'll be like, what do you guys think about pineapple on pizza? You know, some people are like, others are like, oh, I love pineapple on pizza. Me, I'm that guy. But, you know, it's just, it doesn't have to be game related, but it gets the chat riled up and bumping. And, you know, that way sometimes you can kind of focus on the game while the chat is going. And you can
Right,
just
it's something for the chat, not really you. It's just something to keep that, to make a bond with with each other.
but them befriend each other in the chat.
Right, and that's what people come there for, and I know, like I said, I know people that go into people's chats for that reason. Is that you know they've made a bond with these people, not just you, but just your chat as well. You know, if you know the Dark25 is streaming at 8. Sorry, I was about to say 8 p.m. No, if you start streaming at 9 a.m.
Yeah,
and you come in at 7 p.m., you know everybody's already gonna be in there.
yeah,
So you know, and then you know you have people chatting you up and stuff. But it's also like you said, you know, nobody wanted to see a drone. You know, if I
yeah.
wanted to see a statue, I could have just went to the Museum of Art, bro.
Exactly.
Talk to me. Talk to me. I'm not here for you to just sit there and, you know, play the game. And not everybody's different. You know, everybody can't or haven't learned the way of focusing their attention on the chat. And it's something even I have to work on as well. And some people don't have the access to do so. Altered said, I always feel sometimes when I jump in streams and interact with a streamer, I wonder, am I talking too much? Because say 5 minutes go by and no one else in the chat is talking, shake my hand. Right. So it's like you want that interaction with the chat and you know the streamer as well. And it you know and it's not even you though. Some people are just generally shy
Yeah,
and they only just like the streamer at the moment. So so the streamer has to like, you know, pull that tooth to get
yeah,
them to talk. You know,
yeah.
they have to have that question and you know that's gonna be like, you know, do you like pineapple on pizza? And that person be like, damn, they really asked this stupid ass question. I'm about to beat the shit out of this man, you know? And then they start talking or whatever. And then there's other people that are just lurkers. They came into the stream or would chat to
Exactly.
lurk.
And the alters question too. I say, don't ever in my stream personally, don't ever feel like you're talking too much. The chat is there for a reason. Use it as you want. You know, if you don't want to talk a lot, don't talk a lot. But if you want to talk a lot, go ahead. You know, I might jump in and chime in every now and then. And it don't, you know, somebody else might chime in as well too, you know. So don't ever feel like, no, I'm talking too much or whatever, because people want their chat moving. People want people talking in there, not just to the streamer, but amongst themselves as well. So
Right.
feel free
Building
to
that community.
go ahead, talk away. I don't mind. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I said I'm gonna keep talking. I just wonder. Yeah, no, like Doc is saying, you just keep talking, and I would like people to keep talking to myself, but sometimes even for me, I might join a chat and I might talk a little bit, but overall, and like I said, there's some people that are shy, but there's also people that are just lurkers. There's people that are doing other things other than being in your chat, and excuse me, and that's a lot of other streamers.
Yeah.
And especially if you following 700 streamers and you want to support everybody, you
Yeah.
want to be in 700 different other streams. And I know a couple people who are in 700 different other streams, so they can't always be there, but they are there lurking for that support. And then you just have people that are just normals, just normal people, not streamers or anything like that, that just talk to you from time to time, or just come in from out of offer day at school or work or whatever. But
Yeah.
again, they are doing something else most of the time. They may not hear you right away, but they're always in there. Even for me, I might have my laptop open and I might be watching a stream. I try not to watch too many streams at once because
Yeah.
I can't be in everybody's streams at once. And
actually, you the answers for one of your questions that you're going to ask me. It's exactly what you're saying now.
it was you just have to be able to do that in a sorry, I'm losing my train of thought, but you talking and other people talking to each other is one of the best things that a streamer can have.
Yeah,
it shows that you actually want to interact with each other and you're not scaring anybody off. You know what I'm saying? Or they're not scaring each other off, rather. You're making a community, you're making a bond, and whenever you start streaming or whatever, you see this person drop in, and that person's sort of kind of personal. They came in, they talk about their daily lives some of the time or whatever, and you might see them come in and they're like, oh man, I had a bad breakup or whatever. You might pause your game to talk about that person, or they might come in and it was like, yeah, I had a great time yesterday at this ball game or whatever, and you playing something else. You playing something that requires you to have total, if not almost complete concentration, but somebody in your chat like, oh really, that sounds interesting, tell me more about it, and they're chatting you up, and then you come back and you see that they're having a conversation, then you jump in, then you all three of you having a conversation, it's back and forth. There's something that I was meant to say before earlier about when you are having to concentrate on the game and can't talk to your chat, depending on what kind of game it is, I feel like, and I learned this on what was I looking at? The Twitch playbook. This whole podcast, I'm like 100 episodes or however many episodes in. I didn't really watch it all, listen to it all, but I listened to a lot of it. I wrote down a lot of notes, and one of the things was that just try to get your chat to understand that you can't talk to them at that time, but they can definitely spam emotes to show support or interact in that sense. They can even still talk to each other, but they can't directly talk to you because they know that your concentration is not going to be totally on them. So it's like you have to do what you can to make your audience, the main purpose that you are on Twitch, feel I want to say necessary, but feel comfortable with being there.
Bro, I just let them know that this part is I need to really be focused to get past this part. I see the chat is going off. I'm gonna come back and check y'all in a minute. Let me just get through this right now. And every time I've done that, everybody's been comfortable. They're cool with it because they get it, because they see that this part looks difficult as hell. And like I said, I play my games on hard. So a lot of those games that you're playing on hard require a bit more focus than playing on normal.
Yeah, exactly.
They get it, So
that's what makes your community great. Your community, your people that come visit you great. Not everybody's community is like that. Everybody's community is different. Some people got, you know, a mashup of community members from other communities. I know I'm definitely one of those people. And, you know, you have your own little community as well that you probably started when you started as well. But yeah. Next question. What do you enjoy the most about streaming, and what do you enjoy the least?
Um, the most that what I enjoy. Let me see. So what I enjoy most about streaming is it's kind of like how even was before I was streaming, I still have that same feeling as when I wasn't streaming. That I'm enjoying my game. People are coming in and looking at my game that I'm playing. Or actually, well, it wasn't. I wasn't streaming then, but actually, I did used to stream before Twitch. I was streaming on PlayStation every now and then, But I still have that same feeling where people come in and you know, camaraderie, or like some people they know like I don't want spoilers, so they won't even give me a spoiler, but they'll say, "Hey, do you want a hint?" And I'll be like, "No, I'm gonna try to figure this out for myself." And then when I get through it, they're like, "Wow, you really got through it. That's cool that you did that." And I'm like, "Yeah, thanks." And they're like, "You know what? I'm gonna give you a follow." It's just that camaraderie and for me to grow is what I enjoy most about streaming. The growth part, not just in like getting followers or subscribers, but the growth in me of like I like my death counter. I'm proud of myself for actually sitting and getting my death counter, even though I'm dying a lot, but it's functioning. You know,
Right.
alerts working. I got my sound redeems working. I'm like, I did all of that. You know, like I did. I feel that sense of pride that when people use it, I enjoy seeing that they're using something I created.
Something you put time into.
Yeah, put time into. And the thing that I don't like is kind of like we was talking about earlier was that it gets harder as you grow to support as many people as you want to. You actually have to stop and pick and choose who. You know, sometimes you get on and everybody's streaming. Everybody got,
Exactly.
and you only can have so many tabs open. You know, like I have my computer and I'll have like 6 tabs open, and then I have my laptop and I have another 3 open, and it's like it gets ridiculous to the point where you're like, man, I gotta kind of, you know, narrow it down to a few people. So what I try to do is I try to give a couple people different viewings within a week. So like if you're on with somebody else, I'll tell you, well, let me go and check out Mac's stream. Or what I'll do is before I sign off, I'll actually raid one of y'all room. And I'm like, you know what? I haven't been in Mac's room for a while. Let me raid him, because you know I actually, and the people I raid are people that I I actually watch their stream and I enjoy their stream. And so if I'm enjoying that stream, I feel that that others might enjoy it as well. And
Right.
sending people your way, you know, because that can only help you. You know, I'm not doing it to help me. I'm doing it to, you know, send people your way to be like, yo, check out this Mac dude. I always have a disclaimer. I'd be like, Mac is funny. He's not going to say he is, but he is. I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy his stream because, like, that you was playing Resident Evil, I think it was Nemesis, and he was running through one of the corridors. He was fighting those naked zombie dudes, and one of them he was like under these hiding under like these sheets or something, and
Yeah.
and he moved, and he was like, "Oh, I saw you move. I saw you." And that had me dying. So I sent that clip to my brothers and a friend of ours, and they was like, "Yo, this dude is funny." So they went and they started following your stream, and I was like, "Yo, that's what I like." I was like, you know. But like I said, what I don't like is that it gets harder as you grow to support as many people as you want to, and it gets that's the hard part for me, is trying to figure out, okay, like, you know, I want to support everybody, but I can't because I only have so much tabs I can have open, you know, and I just don't want to open a tab like, hey Mac, yeah, I got a tab open. You know, I'd like to jump in every now and then and say a couple of words and stuff, but that's the hard part for me. That's the thing I don't like. I don't really have any other problem streaming. I haven't ran into any problems, any problem people, anybody saying anything negative. You already know we have the mechanical, technical. The audio is always a problem. You know, audio is like that was one of my biggest problems, like audio. But now that I'm kind of getting it better, and now my stream is getting better, I'm good on the audio. So now it's just the support thing that becomes harder to me, you know.
Thank you for what you said, Arthur Gable. Thank you, Dark, for saying entertaining. And
Yeah, like,
thank you for dropping by Perfectly Imperfect. Yeah, I know what clip you're talking about. I'm pretty sure I was glanced at it the other day. And that's a clip that I never used a camera on. I didn't have any cameras back then. I never,
yeah,
I never showed my face. And I'm sure if I played Resident Evil 3 with my actual face, I could have definitely did something with that. But,
yeah, man. Yeah, that's why I was like, I genuinely, anybody that I come to and I give y'all a shout out to my stream, it's because I've actually gone to your stream and I've actually watched your stream. Like, I've seen some streamers where they'll just shout me out and they'll be like, yo, check out Dark, he makes amazing content and this and that. And in my head, I'm like, you ain't never been to my stream. You don't know, I can sit in my stream and just be like this. And you the people to my stream. I was like, I don't want to be that guy. Like, I actually will come to your stream and I'll watch your stream. And that way, when I say, oh, go check out Mac, I know that Mac is funny. Mac plays a variety of games. I always promote Wormhole Wednesdays. And I say, he puts his arm in that wormhole. What's he going to pull out? You don't know. It might be this old game, might be this new game, And so, like, that's the way I like to do it. I'm not knocking how anybody else do it. If it works for you, go ahead. But I personally like to watch who I'm shouting out, who I'm sending people to.
Right. Yeah. And I appreciate the shout outs. I'm still, I keep, for some reason, and this is like a whole different.
Yeah.
But, I keep, every time I try to use my shout out button, it'd be like, do you want to log in? I'm like, no, I can't log in while I'm playing games right now. So I'm always trying to fix that. But, I feel like I've gotten it good. So, but, there's always something with the stream deck.
Yeah.
Besides that, though, it's how I feel too. Like when I first started streaming, I was follow for follow in a sense. And then after a little bit, I was just like, I don't follow these people, or I don't pay attention to their content no more. So why are you implementing stuff?
When I started following you, that's where I connected with you a lot on that, because I remember some of you was talking about that, and I was like, yo, he sees it the same way I see it, because like, follow for follow. I was watching another YouTube video, and there's a guy, Harris Heller, and he was saying that, stop doing follow for follow. Follow for follow just means that your content isn't strong enough for people to come and follow you. It's pretty much kind of like saying your content is garbage. Just come give me a follow, and I'll give you a follow. You could just be looking at paint, chip on the wall, streaming. I'll give you a follow, And that's why I was like, I don't do follow for follow. Some people, I'll give them a follow, and they're like, hey, Dark, I gave you a follow. And I'll go to their thing, and I'll see if they stream. I'm like, oh, yeah, I gave you a follow back, Cool, but for the most part, I don't advertise follow for follow and all of that crap. But.
Right, and I'm still behind on the amount of people that I actually have been in their streams, especially when it comes to Twitch itself. I don't know how many people I follow on Twitch. I don't know how many people I follow on Instagram. I know I don't follow more than 69 people on Twitter. I made that a rule specifically. Once it hits 69.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke for me. 69 is the only number. If I got more than 69 followers, I have to delete somebody. So, and I've been doing that every time. I'm like, damn, I got 73 followers. Click, 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 69. Or I'd be like 60 or whatever. But yeah, like I do not believe in follow for follow anymore. And as you said, it's just.
Yeah.
It's just a placeholder, and you're not gonna watch that person's content. And you don't want that person coming up live every 6 seconds. You're just looking like, damn, I don't know who is this? You got 600 people popping up at the same time, and then the people you actually watch, you miss it because you following everybody that followed you. You can't follow 1,000 people and 1,000 people drop up. So I only follow a tiny bit of people, even for Instagram. I can't. I don't know if I could actually. Even for Instagram, I follow a little bit of people. Yeah, I got almost half of the amount of people that I follow. I have half of the people that actually follow me. Which actually interesting. But I did, and I have that many because I'm not following for following, and
Yeah.
one, two, I want to see the people I'm actually following's content. I'm
Yeah.
following just some people, but I'm not seeing 100 and some people's content
Exactly.
every day, which
Mm-hmm.
means I
Yeah.
feel like I'm gonna have to start deleting people, and that's probably why even celebrities and more bigger people don't have that many people as well, because they want to actually see the content that they
Yeah.
were following for. And,
Yeah.
in the way that Instagram is, and I'm talking about Instagram specifically, but the way that Instagram is, you view enough, and then it's like, oh, would you like to see the past stuff that you probably missed? And like, you easily scroll past that really quickly. And
Yeah.
then you just think, oh damn. And then you're looking at people's stuff that you don't even follow, but that's related to whatever you're following. And that's not a bad thing. But I'm not here for my relations. I'm here
Yeah.
for the people that I want to view.
Yeah,
So,
man. And it's like, you want to give your support to those people that you actually follow, and the only way you can do that is if you can see their content and you're not
right.
getting flooded with a bunch of random people who you don't really follow or don't really, have an interest in. And then it's like, okay, now I got to keep scrolling through all of this crap to get to see what Mac is doing, or I have to really just go to Mac's page, and it's like, it gets to be a lot, And like you said, you're a one-man show. You don't have an assistant. You don't have, it's just you. So it's your time, and your time is split up in so many other things that it gets hard to just say, okay, let me go check this, let me go check that. So if you narrow it down, it makes it a bit easier for you to manage.
Right. And it also goes to the same thing where you have to try to support
Yeah.
everyone that you want to support. And you can't even do that because you're following so many fucking people at one time. That's also a problem with that. I think the most that I usually have at one time when people are streaming is like 10 people, probably. And like I said, to some people I haven't even jumped into it. And it's like that. There's only one person that is really popular on my Twitch, and he's DJ Knight. It was the only black person that I saw on Twitch main page, and that's who I clicked, and that's who I followed. I probably been in his stream twice since I started following him. It was only for a brief bit, but I don't actually follow him for his content. I just saw a black person. I just said, hey, look at me follow.
Yeah.
You don't need my follow. He's still playing Hitman. I'm like, damn, bro, I beat that game already. He's taking his time. And 300 people are still watching him play that game because they are there for him. And it's inspiring to see that. But I also want more black people on the main page. Now, of course, because of all the black people I follow, I get references to below the amount what do they call this? Recommended channels, right? And there's a bunch of other people there too. But like you said, I like going for the underdog. I feel like you got 50 people, 100 people, 1,000 people. You don't need me too. And I'm not going to sit there and watch your content because I want to have, as a personal viewer, I want to have that one-on-one, experience with you. I like the way I feel. I don't think this is like an ego or anything like that. But I like when I join somebody's streams and I say something to them and they happy I'm there. I don't want to be in somebody's stream and they just be like, "Hey, Mac, I'm okay. Thanks for stuff."
Yeah, it is because people like that connection. Like you matter because you do matter. But it's just like when you go on somebody's stream and you saying stuff this and that, and they just playing the game, they just like that, and it's like, you know what, I leave. And then you
always. I hate that. I try to support people that are like that I know are good streamers. And and that's why I make these videos, especially when I talk about things about learning a streamer. And one of those videos I talk about interacting with the chat. That's the most important thing, and it's hard to do sometimes. But that is so.
I can say one thing that I'm fortunate is that I do have a couple of followers that have 2K, 1K plus followers, and I actually interact with them. They actually talk with me and stuff, and they'll actually raid my stream, and they'll actually come into my stream and sit and watch my stream, and I'll be like, oh damn, and it's, I don't know what it is, but they come to my stream and we talk. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And they'll shout me out, and they'll be like, yo, he was just playing this game. And they'll ask me, like, they'll be playing the game, like, yo, Dark, what do you think of this game here and this and that? And I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm just like the little guy and stuff, like, but it's cool, you know? And that's the same feeling I want people to have, even like as I grow, to still be able to come in my, like you said, it's hard to focus on the chat a lot, but I try to chime in every now and then. So when somebody comes in and somebody new, because you can kind of tell who's new in your chat, you know, because you get your regulars, and then you'll get people that are coming in, and they'll be like, yo, what do you think of this game? Be like, oh, hey, how you doing, Macaball Games? Thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. And, oh, I'm just playing this such and such game. And they just ask them a general question. Have you played it? And most people that come in your stream have sometime played the game that you or know of the game that you're playing. Or a lot of times people come in my stream and they've never played the game. And they're like, hey, Dark, I came to your stream and I was just thinking about buying this game. Do you recommend it? And I'll tell them, just watch my stream for a little while. I'll break things down for you from what I've learned, and then you can take it from there. And a couple of people that have done that have been like, yo, you know what? You really didn't have to do that. And I like that you did that. I'm going to follow you, and I'm going to come back and check out your stream. And I just let them know, too, hey, well, if you do get the game and you have some questions, just send me a whisper, and if I have time, I'll try to help you out.
Right. And that's what makes your experience unique. That's what people want to become for. You're you. Alter Gaming says EW dabble in survival type games. You would have to explain what you mean by survival type games. There are different kind of games. Do you mean like building type games like Ark or The Forest and Conan Exiles and stuff like that, or
Dead by Daylight?
It's so hard to judge. I mean, you can even say that Resident Evil is a survival game because you gotta survive against these zombies. And fuck them motherfucking zombies. God fucking damn it, bro. Oh, last night was stressful. Anyways.
That was good, yes.
Yeah, I said I like dark streams. They are so chill and relaxed and stuff. Oh, but when you're in my stream, it's all loud and shit because I scream a lot, huh? You ain't chill at all, huh? I'll be upsetting you. I'll be a really quiet moment, and everybody like, silent, and then something scares me, and I scare everybody else. And you don't like that. I see how it is. I feel it.
Yeah, the Macaball screams.
More like Conan or Valheim, those types. I was thinking about getting Valheim because you always troll on my streams. That's crazy. More like Conan. Yeah, I enjoy like Conan. I did play it with friends once. I feel like Conan and Ark are kind of similar.
I love those two. I played a lot of games, but I haven't played those two.
Right. I think they're interesting. I don't like the way they work a little bit. I played Ark with some friends. My super awesome boat got destroyed by a megalodon. And if you know what a megalodon is, it's a very prehistoric shark, and it's really big, bigger than a boat. So me and my friends, all four of us got attacked by this shark in the middle of the ocean. And then we got stranded in the middle of the ocean with a megalodon who ate our boat. So, yeah, that was my experience with Ark. Conan Exiles is kind of the same. I got beat up by some gorillas, and that wasn't fun. You say you just grabbed which one did you grab? So you grabbed Conan or did you grab Valheim? Because I was thinking about grabbing Valheim too on a PC myself. Because that they explained that was also like a survival type builder, kind of like Minecraft and stuff like that. Like you build houses and shit, and then you just survive and you move. You get stuff to make armor and all this other shit. Like that stuff sounds fun to me. Like I said, yeah, it's very popular with a lot of streamers nowadays. So it's something that I would like to play, but I have to play with other people. It's like you can play with 10 people at once. So I would definitely be down to play versus the environment. I would just need other people to play with. And that's something that I've also been trying to promote myself, is just being able to play with other streamers. But time after work, you got to have the same games, you got to have the same consoles, and
Mm-hmm.
it's tough.
Yeah, it's like you would have to schedule way in advance and make sure that, okay, well, we setting the date, we setting the time,
I
everybody show
and
up.
I try my best. Me personally, I try my best to keep up with the schedule, um, even when I know I can't, or I know when I know I can. I try to talk to people beforehand. I try to get them. Some people have lives to live, their regular daily lives to live. So I
Like,
understand if stuff has to happen. So it's like
yeah,
they
it's
might come up with they might have tech issues that can't let them stream. So you always got to have a backup plan. And I
yeah,
try to promote certain things, and I
and
just it's
yeah,
hard, but
it's life. Life happens, man. I think in group streaming, what I would probably do is have like two games that we choose and be like, okay, this is game one. This is the game that we definitely want to play. But if it doesn't work, we jumping over to game two. And
right, right. And that's how my streams have been working with my co-op whatever stuff that I've been doing recently. We played Among Us, and then we play something else, or we play one game and we play something else. There's always two games, and it
yeah,
was always an extra, but we might still end up playing that game. Um,
looking forward to that 12-hour stream.
Man, I don't even know. I want to, and I was thinking about doing it, but it's just
Yeah.
like, what am I going to play? I have so much games on my PC. I have many games on my PS4, and it's just like I want to play one game that I can keep up with, and
You know
that's
what you
all
might
about the topic. It's not about me. It's about you today, sir. Anyways, what advice would you give people who want to start streaming for the first time?
the advice I would give you is stream. Like just don't try to analyze everything and try to, see the future or start thinking all these negative thoughts. Oh, what if people don't come to my stream? Oh, what if I'm not good at the game? Oh, this and that. Just get on the stream and go from there. Learn from there. You'll have you can look at your mistakes, like learn from there. Like your first stream is not going to be your greatest stream. Don't let your first stream be your last stream. Know that some people might blow up. You never know. Some people might not, but you got to keep going, because, like I say, my sign off every stream. I always tell people every expert was once a beginner. We all have to start somewhere. And I keep telling people that every stream because I genuinely mean it. And I genuinely believe it because you have to start off. Every big streamer started off as a small streamer. Nobody just popped up and got 3K followers in that first month of streaming. And unless you're doing giveaways and because I actually met a guy who had 1 point something K followers, but he wasn't even affiliate. And I was like, that's odd. And he was like, he lent his stream to somebody and they did a giveaway. People only came for the giveaway. They followed and then he left when the giveaway was done. But got off the PS4 camera. But yeah, so my advice to anybody is just stream. Just turn on your system and hit that live. That is one of the biggest steps that you have to take is to start the stream up. I know some people have all these fancy things going on in their stream, and if you can't afford that, it's okay because people come there for you. They come there for you. The content, you'll grow. Grow if you just hit that live button, and it may not. You might find out that stream is not for you. And you'll never know until you hit that go live button. And don't worry about another thing I just want to throw in too is I'm in another group, and one of the guys was just like, "Oh, I don't want to play this game on stream because I'm gonna be bad at it." There's a lot of people that are bad at these games, but they'll resonate with somebody who might be just as bad as them, or people like rooting for you too sometimes. So like when I'm playing hard games, people be like, "Yo, Dark, you got this. You can do it. Don't give up." And knowing me, I'm like in my head, "Oh, trust me, I wasn't gonna give up." But it's nice to know that you have that support. And so, even if you're bad at a game, people like seeing you grow. People like seeing you experience. So get in there and fail. You're gonna fail, but you're gonna learn. Try to learn from. If you kept going left and getting killed, if it allows you to go right, try going right. Or if you keep getting left, go left a little slower and see, okay, you know, when I step here, boom, boom, boom happens. Learn as you go. Or what you can do too, I know I'm giving a couple of things, is go on somebody else's stream who's playing the same game you're playing.
Okay.
Play the game. You know, and if they are responsive to you in chat, ask them a couple of questions. You know, ask questions. That's going to be one of your biggest tools in learning is questions.
Right.
Like I was telling Yas too, we're going to be playing what is it, World War Z. Ask as many questions as you want. To me, you know, I know some people might say otherwise, but there's no dumb question. To me, the dumb question is the one you don't ask. You know, if that makes any sense. But ask away. You know, repetition is key for a lot of things. So if you keep eventually, and if the person is comfortable answering many times, like I am, like I tell you, I do it for a living. I answer questions all day.
Yeah.
Train them and they forget stuff. I said, don't worry about it. That's what I'm here for. You know, but you'll learn too, and then you won't have to ask questions. You'll be the one answering questions to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
But the first biggest thing is just stream. Just stream. And watch your stream afterwards. You might see stuff that you didn't like in your stream. Fix it.
Right.
Research it. You know, I hated my audio. I hated my lighting was bad, but I had people come in and check out your stream. If you have a friend who has Twitch, you know, they may not be a gamer, but don't just let them come in and see how's your audio. How's your lighting? If you have a camera, how's your lighting? Like my lighting was horrible. You know, I was like playing. I was really in the darkness when I was playing. Brothers and my friends was like, "Yo, you need light." You know, and I was like, "What? This is not good enough." You know, green screen. My green screen used to be a tablecloth, a green tablecloth from the 99-cent store. You know, and it wasn't cutting it, so I built green. You know, but. And like I said, one big thing I want you to do too is just start live and ask questions. If you can find somebody that will answer them, and go from there. Go from there, you know. But just the longer you wait, the longer you know.
Exactly.
And then when you see somebody else blow up in a time frame that you could have started, you don't have to be mad at yourself.
Right. And it's something I've been telling people this entire week or however long I've been doing interviews is about, you know, just being able to start is the hardest thing and it's the best thing you can do because you won't know whether or not you're going to get it or want to do it all this time. You might, as you said, you know, figure out that you don't want to do it. Yas said save it for a PC, which is, you know, something that people should do in terms of growing their stream. Because you will have to start on something, which is usually a PS4 camera. Altered, you said a lot of people don't ask questions because of damn it disappeared. Don't ask questions because being the chance of being belittled by a person answering the questions. Just had to talk to an employee about that to a new trainee today. I said yes, I definitely had to learn a lot about stream from growing, and that goes in games and in real life. Yeah, a lot of people are afraid to ask questions. And they are, and you know, they rather do it themselves. And I like when people, like you say, like I feel like I'm a novice in the sense that what you are doing with your support and what you're doing in that sense to helping people out, I feel like I'm trying to do the same thing. I'm just a novice at it. I'm still trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, if at your level of support, you know, I'm trying to reach that. And keep going beyond, you know. When I start making millions of dollars, I'm gonna start buying people cars. Like, yeah, bro, I got you a car. What am I gonna do with a car, bro? I can't even drive. I don't know, nigga. I bought you a car. Why you complaining? So, you know, Mac be teaching me so much. I try my best, yes. I try my best. And, you know, sometimes, and I know this for sure, that sometimes you have to ask different people certain things. And sometimes you have to ask, you have to, sometimes advice comes better from a person that you might even know. You know, you might talk to your friends, and your friends like, yeah, bro, your stream is going well. It's awesome. Your lighting's perfect. Your mic is perfect. Then you here talk to a stranger, you're like, bro, Bro, I had to shine a flashlight into my phone just to see you, nigga. I couldn't see shit.
You
You
know,
know?
sometimes your friends don't want to hurt your feelings, and they want you to feel like you're accomplishing stuff, as opposed to somebody on the outside who doesn't know you, who will tell you the point blank truth, and it's like, I'm only telling you the truth because this is what I see. A friend would be like, yo, your stream is great, the sound's great, the audio is good. Meanwhile, they never even jumped in your stream. And
Exactly.
so for Alter's question, I would say, well, it's not really a question, but what Alter said about people belittling you, you got to remember too that not everybody's gonna like everything you do. You could be the nicest person, the greatest streamer, and somebody's gonna come and they're not gonna like you. So somebody will belittle you. What you learn from that to me is just don't ask that. That's not the person to ask questions to.
Exactly. There's always better people. There's always somebody out there. If you find somebody that want to support and tries to support you, and that you can actually see that, then yeah, definitely go out of your way to ask that person a question. Whether or not if you're in a dark stream or in my stream. And I feel like as I feel like I'm a supportive person. You said yeah, but that's not a friend if they don't keep it real. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's a friend, but it's not the friend that you deserve.
Yeah. It's a friend, but they're like, they genuinely want to see you like happy and this and that. So they don't want to be the one that brings to dampen your day and be like, yo, your lighting is horrible. Your audio is horrible. That game that you was playing is messed up. So they kind of try to, give you a pillow and stuff and cushion you instead of, you do have to be like, yo, that audio sounds like a bag of cats being swung around, like they'll tell you. So it's different levels of like they say there's different levels of some friendships. It's different levels of, like the truth that they want to give you.
Exactly.
It's truth, So you have to
Thank you,
take
Sir Black, for us for dropping by. You're right though. I agree. And every friend is different, and it's really depends on how much they they want to see you succeed. And I feel like support is such a big word that people use but never actually do. Whether it's somebody that's real close, and sometimes it's people that you don't actually know. And everybody says it, but I think that actions speak louder than words. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I try to do myself is I say something and I'm gonna do it. That's what I'm all about. I'm all about being the person. You said crabs in a barrel. I don't know the reference, so I'm not even.
Crabs in a barrel is like each crab is trying to get out, and they're trying to crawl on top of the other crab to get out. Instead of like say, hey, let's all stack together, and then you get out, and then I get out, and then we chain together and pull.
Okay. So monkeys in a barrel then.
Too.
See, I got confused because you said crabs. I'm like, okay.
Yes,
but now I get it. Yeah, I said I want crab sticks. This ain't a Food Network stream, yes. Go home with your hungry ass. Oh, you might be already home. Go home with your hungry ass. But yeah, you're right, and it's everybody isn't trying to. Nobody's really trying to help each other, and it sucks because you can't even do when you have people around like that around you that's not trying to support you or anything like that. Like it's hard to get out of there, and it's always the hardest part of it all is you need other people to get to where you want to be. Now, everybody said, yeah, I'm an independent. I did everything by myself. You never did, really. And if you think about it, if you really think about it, you never did, It's like your PC parts, you didn't get it from scratch. You had to buy it from a certain distributor that made the fucking thing, that did this, that did that. Your house you live in, your landlord owns it. You paying that motherfucker. Or your electricity, same difference. But, how you started streaming, you might have seen somebody do it. Or whatever. You say, I heard crabs where they at. We eating good tonight. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Why are y'all talking about crabs?
I had a crab claws yesterday, man, and a lobster. Whew, I'm good.
Hey, eat good. That's all I can say.
but like the support thing was just like, the best way a streamer shows another streamer, well, one of the best ways is by actually pulling up to that person's stream. And, you may only have 5 minutes or whatever, but coming into the stream saying, hey, I'm here, and looked at their stream for a few minutes. And like the other day, you couldn't stay because you had work obligations. I think you was in Yash stream. And you was just like, oh, I got a Queen. I mean, you was in Queen stream. He was like, hey, I got to work, but I just came to, check in. I dropped some bits or whatever, and just show support like that, because support comes from your time, and that's the support is your time, because that's what every streamer needs. Is we need time,
Exactly. That's the main currency in in Twitch is your time. That's what I said. Lobster, crabs, nigga, damn. I'm over here eating just French fries and no burgers, no bread. Shit, I ain't even got ketchup, fam. I'm over here wiping my goddamn French fries on the ground just to get some seasoning from the fucking dirt and dust and shit on that I'm on. Like, man, I wish I had some lobster and crab. I've never had lobster. I'm gonna be honest. I've never had lobster or crab. Actually, I've never had that before because I'm poor.
The shades on that.
No, not today. But yeah, so some of us, we ain't got all that luxury, okay? With the way how much I get paid, my ass is gonna have to pay over time some fucking lobster. I'm like, yeah, bro, let me have lobster now, but I'm gonna pay $25 every week until I pay up for this crab.
Crab claws are not huge, y'all. They're a little thing of crab claws, like $15 worth of, maybe $25 worth of crab claws or whatever. But I love to eat. I eat family meals for myself, and I'm not gonna stop. So
I understand, and I agree. My family meals usually consist of ramen noodles and maybe a little seasoning on the side, some salt and pepper, maybe
lobster on layaway.
Lobster on layaway, fam. Exactly. So that's one of the things, and support is such a needed commodity in streaming, and people are not willing to get it because everybody want to succeed, and no one wants to help the other person succeed, and don't know that helping someone else succeed will definitely help you succeed. And I feel like that I get that from you, I get that from Blasphemous, I get that from Yaz, I get that from Trent, who I'm currently watching right now, I get that from Queen, I get it from everybody. Everybody I support that I've seen so far has supported me some way back. It doesn't happen. Right, Yaz, 25. Damn, that's a lot of money for a goddamn crab. God damn, bro. I bought a $20 bag of fucking shrimp, bro, and I was eating that shrimp every day. Just a little bit. No, not with the meal, bro.
I got me some shrimp.
Like two grains of rice, and then 2 things of shrimp, just so I can have a meal, because them shits are expensive.
Bumps on your mic audio went weird.
No, I think when we talk at the same time, it cancels each other out because I'm not using headphones. So we tend to, whenever we talk, our shit's mashing, and he's muted or I'm muted, so I should be okay. If I would hit something, it would be like this. You didn't see that. But yeah, so support. When you're doing support and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, in terms of like just support. It's just really the main ingredient to being a successful Twitch. Now you can't support everybody. You know what I mean? Like you can't support everybody. You can't support every person that came into that liked your IG video and be like, hey bro, you need some graphics made? You need some graphics made, bro? Like, hey bro, send me a DM right now. I'm trying to get you to wear our clothes, bro. Like I can get the same fucking person in the DMs talking about, hey, I don't even remember what it's called. Some type of game bullshit. I'm like, hey, send us a DM. No, nigga, you want my attention? You send me a DM, bro. Send me a dick pic or something. Get my attention the right way. Shit, send me some crab legs, bro. That shit's expensive. But no, like
I learned that too on like in my first like transitioning into like being a streamer on Twitch. I had a few followers. I was starting to grow a bit, And there was this one streamer, I think his name was Thunderjet. I'm shouting him out, but I went in his stream. He came in my stream, gave me a follow, and we started talking about the games. We was playing Street Fighter, so I was giving him a little bit of tips on Street Fighter. And then I told him, "Yo, I'll check out one of your streams one of these days." And like maybe a week or so later, he started streaming, and I hopped up in there, and he was like, "Oh wow, I didn't really expect you to come into my stream, Dark." Like, and I was like, "I'm not Hollywood or anything." I was like, "I told you I was gonna come check you out, and I'll come check out your stream." He's like, "Yo, it really meant a lot to me because I had joined in a little later, but he's like, I was sitting here for like 2-3 hours and nobody came in my stream." And I was like, "I get it. There's days like that, you know." But I said, I told you I was gonna try to check out your stream, and I just so happen to have the time to do so. So it's just like, you know, a little bit of support goes a long way, you know, and it's just like you said, you know, all of us here in Twitch, we all want to make it, you know, but we know,
Exactly.
too, not all of us is going to make it, you know.
No.
It's not going to be on some, I'm not going to be on some, hey, I'm better than you or blah, blah, blah. No, yes, I'm trying to make it, but if I can help you in some way, you know, I may not be able to give you 100% support, but if I can give you, you know, a bit of support or some suggestions or advice, I have no problem doing that.
Exactly. Right. And that's all you can do when it comes to, like I said, the support. People want to have your support. And when I said earlier, like, you know, I like, and I don't think it is an ego thing, I like when I go into someone's channel and I say something to them and they be like, "Oh, wow, Machiavel Games, it's good to see you here," or whatever. Whether they know me or don't know me. I like when they know me, though, because then I be like, I feel kind of special because they know my name. They know I'm out there, you know? And I'll be feeling like a G. I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm the Machiavel Games." But, yeah, so, you know, I like that interaction with people. And whether or not they know me or not, it's something special to have that feel like, you know, you feel like you're doing something, and then, you know, like you said, you tell somebody you're going to do something for them, and you do it. It's such a surprise because you don't know what kind of life they live either. You know, you might be bringing some kind of, you said annoying, you might be bringing some kind of benefit that just not affects them, you know, as a Twitch streamer, but something that affects them in life, and say, okay, there are actually good people in the world that want to actually help. You know, I'm used to seeing, you know, people out here just being selfish as shit, you know, and then, you know, I meet, you know, Machiavel Games or I meet Dark, and they're just like, you know, they're supportive people, or whoever it is, they're just really supportive, and, you know, I want to keep streaming because I have that support and that type of shit from people that I met online. And that's even something that helped me outside of streaming when I grew up as a, you know, a child as well, you know, meeting people online and talking to them, because I was a very antisocial person. I'm an introvert, whether I seem like it or not. I am, because, you know, and, you know, bringing that part out of you, or being able to bring that part out of you that you hide when you're outside normally, or not even hide, just unable to get out because you feel like an outcast, or whatever it is your reasoning is. And then you meet people and they support you in something that you enjoy, such as gaming in this field. And then you might be one of the top streamers, you know, that might be out there. And as you said, not everybody's going to make it. The point is to try. The point is to get better, and you can't lean on someone either. You can't be like riding their coattails to get to your success and be like, you know, in their stream talking about, yeah, shout me out, bro. Yeah, I'm here, bro. Like, yeah, I'm here. Like, yeah, I said I was going to join, right? Yeah, you see me? Yeah, I'm here. And then you talk about your channel the entire time. You know, you playing Street Fighter 5, and then I come in the chat, but like, hey, yeah, Dark, I was playing Resident Evil. Yeah, the whole chat was, you know, being mean to me, or, you know, your chat should definitely come over to my chat and, you know, talk or whatever. Yeah, guys, you guys should definitely come out and check my channel and join me while I play this game. Oh, also, yeah, Dark, I'm sorry you lost that fight or whatever, but you know what you should do? You should definitely come at my channel and watch me play this other game or whatever. Whatever it is, you know, you don't want to be that type of person. I don't think I'm that type of person. If anybody shouts me out, they do it to their own accord. I don't be like, yeah, shout me out, bro. But
why you ain't like whispering in the whispers? So how come you
I've never dealt with that. Have you dealt with that before?
Nah.
I want to say, because like I Do you have any future projects that you'd like to mention?
Not at the moment. I don't really have any. Like I said, I'm just trying to continue my growth Twitch wise, my stream, make my content better. And what I mean by better too is just like I like when people are engaging in my chat and I give them things that they can do in my chat. So like I find ways. So like certain games I play, there's actually extensions that allow them to play a mini game in the game I'm playing. So I like them to come there and feel comfortable. Like, if you want to just come watch my stream, that's cool. If you want to come vibe with the chat, that's cool. You want to come use the sound redeems I made for subscribers. You can come use my sound redeems and like you see, like you always see me with the Street Fighter. I always have an open lounge because I always like people that may not be good at the game but want to come in and play. I've had a few people say, "Hey, Dark, I'm garbage at the game." I'll be like, "Don't worry about that. I'm not worried about that. I'm not that I'm saying don't worry about it, but I'm not. That's not the reason why I'm allowing you in here is because you're garbage and we're gonna whoop you. No, I want you to come in here, ask questions, learn. I even put in extensions that pop up in my chat and I plug them. I'd be like, hey, if you are new to Street Fighter, click that link. You see your character, all their moves. Ask the chat questions. If you need some help, the chat is very helpful in fighting games. A lot of fighting games, the chat be like, "Oh, you shouldn't have did that. You should have put this and then." Like, "Oh, okay." So I might not have the answers, but the chat might. So come in and join in the fun, and feel free to join in. If there's a lesson in losing too.
I would definitely.
Your audio, your audio sounds like you using like you got like a voice thing or something. Like like you've been smoking like 50 packs a day.
Is it still messed up?
Huh?
Is it still messed
up? A little. Go ahead.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
It sounds like you talking like the people that had to put the thing to their throat, like
Mic is fried. I don't know why.
That's getting a little better.
Is it better
now? I can hear you. Yeah, I say your mic is fried.
Like I'm talking to a cup.
Right.
Okay. So, since y'all don't want to listen properly, I'm just kidding. But damn, my lips are swollen. Is it plastic surgery? You got an Android, don't you?
You got the Android life.
Yes, Bill, get your stupid ass.
Yo, thank y'all.
I'm just kidding. I don't know why it's not working. I unplugged my.
You good now? 100% good now.
Okay, good. I don't know why. Like I have great internet and everything. But that is interaction with your chat is like again most of the best things that you can have. And as I was saying before, is that your chat, your community seems heavily based around the Android life. Fuck you! Hey, RK, thank you for dropping by. But yeah, your community seems heavily based around fighters. So, whenever I see you playing a fighter, I know you're going to have a lot of people jump in. You're going to have a lot of people that you off of, that you might go to people's streams and they might raid you or whatever. They know you're playing that type of game. Where over you might play something else. Now, I haven't really seen you play Metro Exodus. I don't know how you're, right, Alter? I don't know how you've been doing in that in terms of the numbers, but
it's been good. Really good.
Right. Do you think the same amount of numbers that you would get normally if you were playing Street Fighter or something else?
It was on the same level.
Okay. So that's you have a lot of people based around your fighting But that same community, even though they know a lot about fighting, they are also willing to compromise on you playing something else. But when you start playing fighting games, that's a not achievement moment, but that's a moment they know that they're gonna be able to play with you, or talk to you about the game or whatever, or learn new moves. Where they're going, something interactive, and just being able to do that is
Exactly.
a beneficial part to your community, and they know that they can have fun with that, and you have fun with each other.
Yep.
See, I can't do that myself because I'm not good at fighting games. And I know you're
Yeah.
saying every person is a beginner at one point. I'm a beginner in all the fighting games I play. I play a lot of fighting games. And that's my thing said that I posted the other day in the story. I have a shit ton of fighting games. And I'm
Yeah.
bad at them all. I'll play them. But it ain't going to be fun for me. It'll be fun
Yeah.
for you. But,
Yeah. You know,
so.
yeah, I don't really. I play Street Fighter and I play a couple of less than 5 fighting games I play. But what it is for me with Street Fighter is that I always loved Street Fighter, so I been practicing as one character, and I'll sit and I started practicing. I used to just play it for fun. I never played it really competitively, like I wanted to be in the top ranks and all of that. But when I started playing it, I started to get the nostalgia when I used to play it on like PlayStation 2 and so on, and even Super Nintendo. And then I was just like, for me, Street Fighter, I just have an open lounge just because I like fighting random people. And I started playing that Power Rangers game, and I was surprised that many people came into that game because, from what I hear, that game is an old game, but
It's
people were playing left and right, and it's been doing. It did far better than I thought it ever would.
I see what you're saying, bro. I see what you're saying. Go ahead, continue.
You gotta do this to me, right? He's gonna Mac is fixing his audio there.
Always, bro. Always. Continue.
But you know what it is. So for me,
Just don't look at me. Take it down.
all right. So it's like I like everybody has those single player games that they like playing where it's just it's so
I need distracting. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm normal now. I'm normal now. Okay,
you done or are you finished?
I'm finished. I'm finished. I promise.
So it's just like I have my single player games that I like to play, but I also have games where I don't mind people interacting and actually joining in, because most single player games you don't want somebody, if it's two player game, you don't want somebody who's coming in and they're overpowered and they're just sweeping through your game and you're like, what damn, But it's a
Right.
fighting, it's different. You don't have to worry about no spoilers. You don't have to worry about somebody coming in telling you, oh, this guy's gonna die in the 5th match. You don't have to worry about any of that. So that's why I'm like fighting games. I can let people come in and join in. Yes, some of them are overpowered in their skill level, but I still fight them. And surprisingly, I've beaten some of them. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I can get better at this. But
Right.
it's just the fun of allowing viewers when they come in, I see that some of them have been surprised that I allowed them to join in, and they're like, "Oh, it's an open lobby," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's an open lobby. Join in,"
Mm-hmm.
And usually like, "Oh," I'll be like, "That's cool."
And it's always, and as you said, like it's open lobby and all that, all this other stuff, because it's great. You are again. You being a unique, and you are having this interaction with the people that you are playing with, and then they have something to look forward to the next time. You might have beat their ass that one time, but then they went to go play more of Street Fighter. They're like, okay, Dark beat my ass last time. I'm gonna show them what's up next time, and they start practicing whatever. And they come back, they might still lose, but as long as you can take the whooping good, then you're great. I can't do it. So to answer your question, Yaz, no. No, but I'll still play with you. But the last question is, what would you like to ask me if there's anything you wanted to ask?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought about it. What actually it's kind of like two questions. So like, what was it that really was the driving force? You know what?
Uh,
Going back. You got one more time, Matt. I'm gonna pick
hey, put that down, fam. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just chilling.
what was the driving force in that started you in streaming? You know, Matt. I even got size. All right, don't. So what motivated you to say I'm gonna stream and I'm gonna try to yep, the master sword. Mac is making me pull out all the weapons.
Why?
Mac, I even got the bow. Don't make me.
That's a lot of weapons. What is your brother preparing for? The zombie apocalypse, bro?
I know what's coming. Mm-hmm. So he's the Mac of all weapons.
Right.
Yeah. Like what was the what was the thing that pushed you to say, okay, you know what, I'm gonna stream. I'm going to stream. Not even so much that you wanted to be like you had some aspiration of being like a big streamer, but like what was it that got Mac into becoming Mac of all games?
Did you? I think somebody asked me that before, and then I said big booty bitches. But you gotta know it's coming. What motivated me to be a streamer? Do you mean like a streamer in general, or just to, or to just be, to just stream or
to like just stream? Like of all things that you could have done, what was it that made you want to stream?
I think it's kind of like how you felt, like but besides the fact that I work out of my house, but I was doing something that I already normally did, and I wanted to stream it. Now I don't play video games as often as I do when I'm offline. But because like I don't like when I'm streaming, I don't like leaving my stream on and then having to go do something for a bit. I feel weird. Like I feel like I have to be on stream
I
the
see
entire
people
time.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
So like I like to take a little break, but like I don't want to be like, yeah, okay, guys, I'm gonna be back in like 3 hours, so give me some time.
I've
Like,
seen that. I get it.
and it still be on. Like I don't mind if it's like I have something to watch or whatever, but if your chat is interacting with each other, like I can see that for bigger YouTuber or streamers or whatever, but not for me. I don't like doing that. So I put 2 hour limitations on my streams unless I'm actually enjoying the game, or I have the situation where I'm 2 hours in, I'm about to end my stream, and as soon as I say, all right, guys, some like a raid of 5,000 people come in, like, hey, bro, we in here now. I'm like, oh shit, nigga. Oh yeah, guys, I was playing this game this entire time. Welcome back to All Games Master Bun, and as I always say, blah 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 blah. But, so only big streamers have the luxury. Yeah, only big streamers have the luxury. They could do all that because they play it for hours. This is kind of like how I feel like if I did a 12-hour stream or whatever. But I think I can't really tell what got me into just streaming, besides just doing something that I was already doing in general, and I wanted people to enjoy that with me, especially horror games. Now, of course, I'm playing a horror game offline, but when I play horror games online, I like that other person to be, not be there in a sense that they enjoy or seeing the same thing I am or whatever. Like if I, of course, it's as long as I have like the picture the right way or whatever, they can actually see what I'm seeing. I noticed that not everybody can see what you're saying, but
Yeah.
I want them to experience that same, atmosphere, the music, have the music loud or whatever. And we're like walking through this mansion together, the loud ass fucking clock in Resident Evil HD. Why is it so fucking loud? But everybody knows that it's fucking loud because I said it's loud, they hear it's loud, but I'm experiencing that same shit with other people, and then I might say something, why is this so fucking loud? And then somebody else is watching with me like, bro, that shit is loud. Why the fuck is it so loud? And I was like, right? Why the fuck is it so loud? So, so I like interacting with my chat whenever I have it now. In case, of course, there are times when I have to talk to myself, but it's not something I don't normally do. It's something I have to work on. But I think that I enjoy. I think what really got me streaming is to just do it, and I just wanted to do it. So, and and I just enjoy what I do, and I've been doing it since March of last year. I wasn't as I wouldn't say I wasn't as on top of things as I was in March, but I was streaming all off and on, and then until I started last year around September or something like that, and I started getting serious about making a schedule and then streaming more days and then streaming consistently like I have. And I've felt since I started that I've only missed one day, and I was really feeling pretty bad. Excuse me, but I enjoy what I do, and I continue to enjoy what I do. So I'm gonna keep doing it until I don't feel that enjoyment anymore. I think the thing that I reached now is that I reached a peak in myself that I know I can do better, and I just have to figure out in what part of what I do can I improve.
So it was a two-part question. The second part, real quick, was that you can go back to what you're saying. I just want to throw it out before I forget. Are you surprised at how much growth you've been having since you started till now?
Hell yeah. I think I'm very, very surprised. And, it's hard because you can't share your success with everyone.
Yeah, you're right. I remember you talking about that before in another one of your interviews. Mm-hmm.
But
with the interview with Devin. I remember
right.
I was
So, it's hard. You can't be excited about certain things with other people. But I think my growth is much more than I expected. When I first started, I was streaming on my PC. I was streaming my PS4 with my Elgato that I got from Store Black Rose. And I was streaming Death Stranding. That was my first stream game on my Twitch. And then, nobody was watching me play that game. But it wasn't until I started actively streaming that I started to gain some following. But then I also interacted with not YouTube. I started interacting with IG. And from IG, I started interacting with other streamers. And then, I think the first person I met was Trent, who, again, I'm watching now. Trent Works. He's the first streamer I actually met, and I connected with him, and I was like, I like this stuff. He was telling me about certain things, what I can use and whatever. And, I followed him, and I followed his streams, and I would be in the streams, and he would shout me out. And I would, I supported him, and he supported me. He would shout me out, and then people started following me then. And then from that networking experience, I started networking with other people, and other people, were talking to me like, oh, this or whatever. And then, so many people would be like, after I started actively posting clips of certain things, people were starting to be like, yeah, man, I thought this funny or whatever. Even you had shown me that someone liked my content, and somebody else said that they liked my content, and my DMs was like, yeah, man, I really like your content or whatever. And then there was these big booty bitches, and I was like, yeah. But no, honestly, but the increase of how the well, like I told you before, was like, when people were coming to my stream the other day from my IG, it was a surprise because I knew my content was reaching people on IG, but I didn't think that the extent of it was from them they were going to go to my Twitch, even though I didn't tell them to go to my Twitch, which I said I was going to specify that I would like y'all to do that. So it was just like, oh wow, someone is watching my content. And I told somebody this, like, one of the content the content I made about a random game that I decided to play was one of the best things that I've made since I started posting on IG. Was a a clip about from dinosaurs, the Jurassic Park one. That was one of my highest rated clips this year. I'm like, it was only one clip though. I never played like three. I put clip two clips because I wanted to see if the second one gonna have the same success as the first, which it didn't. But the first clip was like, wow, people actually enjoyed this game or what I did for it, and even my Resident Evil stuff. So, I see people liking it. I see people sharing it because you can see the IG insights on your posts. You can see who bookmarked it, who shared it, who liked it, who's commenting or whatever, or what comment, or how many there are, not who actually did it. So I be seeing people share my stuff to their stories or to other people, and those people might look at my stuff and do it as well. So I know my growth on IG from me posting every day is great. So, but I didn't expect it to spill over into my Twitch. So I don't know how many Twitch followers I have now, but
is that it spilled over because people want more. People want more content, like they want more episodes of their favorite show. They want to see what more do you have to, not to just offer, but what more do you have, period. So
right.
Having somewhere else to spill over is good because now you have exposure in your Twitch. So they know, clips on Instagram, but I can see his, actual live and actually talk with him on Twitch. So they'll give you the follow on Twitch and stuff, and that's good.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what has made me happy to see recently, and like I've gotten 31 follows in the last month, the last 30 days. So all my stats right now since the beginning of the year or close to the beginning of the year have been increasing and not lessening like it was when I first started. So I know that me networking with other people and, just overall, just doing what I normally do is helping me grow in ways that I didn't expect. So I'm happy for that, and I'm happy that I started streaming because I got to meet a lot of different folks that I have played with or I will like to play with or I will play with in the future. So, streaming has really done a lot for me. And like I said to other people, in my first interview that I ever did, I think that was my only interview I ever did. Actually, I don't think anybody's ever interviewed me after that. But my first interview that I did with Fall Paladin helped me to see that I could potentially do what I'm doing now, which is to interview other people or just do interviews in general. So I know it looked like it was all weird. It looked darker than usual. But yeah, so, and I wanted to do that for other people as well. And I know like the thing that I did before I started actually doing interviews, people were like, yeah, I never did IG, or I'll probably never do it, or, IG Live or whatever. I didn't feel comfortable or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, come on, man. You can do it. Just don't lose faith in yourself. And it'll help you might post stuff of yourself on IG or whatever. And you just have to do it. Like you said, like even with streaming, you just got to do it, bro. Don't stop just because you are afraid. Sometimes after you, it's all in your mind.
Yeah. That's like, this is my first IG Live. This is my first time using IG Live. So do it. Sometimes you gotta be like, you don't worry about if you're gonna be accepted or you're not. Just do it. Go from there. If you didn't like how it was last time, think okay, ways you can make it better, or ask the interviewer afterwards. Be like, hey, how was that? Was I really responsive? Was I always looking off at something and not keeping eye contact? Or did my answers sound like they were rehearsed or whatever? Like when you sent me the question, I just glanced at it because I was like, I kind of want to just come in and just off my dome. I didn't want to be like I wanted to just freestyle.
Everybody's different. That's perfectly fine. Like I don't expect anybody to read my questions, but I want them to, at least know I made questions.
I read them. I just was like, I read them, but I said I'm not gonna sit and try to, answer them as I read them. I read them for what they were, and I was like, you know what? I'll just come in and just give you me. Just like when I go live on stream, I don't have nothing rehearsed. You just get me there, you know, and we go from there 12 hours later.
Ridiculous. Like I told Queen yesterday, I was looking at my stat. I said I've streamed for like 55 hours. I know yours is quadruple that much.
Yeah, it's up there.
Exactly. So, I know that you be putting in the work, so that's always good, and it's always good to have somebody that that is on the same level as you in terms of what they want and what they want to achieve, and like I said, that support system that you have or are building and with other streamers and all that other stuff is great. The support is always what helps. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even know if Queen ever met Trent before, but maybe she did. But I'm looking at the chat, and I believe that's probably her first time being in that chat because Yaz had rated his stream. Thank you, NOWWO. So it's like, people rating, and I try to do it often. I was going to do it last night, but nobody was on. I was surprised. So
Yeah.
it's everybody, everybody's different, and the support that everyone needs to see and get is not always provided. But I'm glad the people that I've met so far, the people that I've communicated with, I see that support, and it helps me feel like I'm in the right place, because I don't feel like I'm around a bunch of selfish, ignorant nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? So
everybody's streaming, but that doesn't mean everybody's going to be seen. So, and then not everybody's going to be supported. There's some great streamers out there that have like amazing content. They're an amazing person and just a down to earth, really cool, chill person, but they may not get that support, that will help them running and going in the long run. They might burn out sooner than, might burn out, or they might not, or they might lose interest in it. Not even really burn out. They just might lose interest in it because, they didn't get that support system there, and the support is time, and coming in and saying, hey, yo, Mac, your audio sounds a little funny, or hey, Mac, the game is a little glitchy, it looks like it's slow or something, and it's, that support is what helps you grow. It helps you, and you start to build your own community. Like, you have your people as soon as you go live and stream that automatically come in and they're like, yo, Mac, and you're like, oh, damn, I just started streaming. And usually it's kind of a buildup sometimes. Like when you streaming, you won't have anybody in there for like an hour or
exactly.
Hour. But then, like when it hits that 2 hour mark, you get boom, 5 people come in, 6 people come in, and you're like, oh, and it just goes from there. You have your ups and downs, but you got to know that, with every up might come a down. You might have a couple of ups, but you kind of always like, when am I going to have that day when it's only one person in the stream and nobody's rating me? And, and even in those days, you got to keep going. Just sit and enjoy your game. Like, how I be going for like 10, 12 hours. It's because I be enjoying the game so much. I'm enjoying the game. People are coming in and out. And even if there's 3 people in there, I'm still enjoying my game. So,
exactly.
But not everybody can do that, and I get that. So you do what you can, frame you can with the time you have.
Exactly. That's all you can do, as you said before. Start streaming. That's all you can do, and it's the first step. The first step is always the hardest. Everything else comes later. I think that there's something else that I was going to say when you were saying something. I forgot now. It's doesn't matter. But I say it doesn't matter, but I'm still trying to think of it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that was all my questions. I appreciate you allowing me to interview you, and I'm glad that you did an IG live interview with me.
You already know. I got the time. I'm down. So.
Hey, thank you, Family Gaming. But yeah, like I said, if anybody, like I always said, like if anybody else want to be interviewed, I am the Mac of all games, because I know a lot of people that came from your side of the field because they wanted to see you talk a little bit about yourself, because that's what the interview was for. So, you know, if anybody wants me to interview them or anything like that, I'm definitely open. You just have to let me know. And it doesn't have to be specifically for streaming. Like I said, I post for, you know, people that make content in general. I just have a lot of more streamers that want to be interviewed.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you saying that, Family Game, and thank you very much. Besides that, though, are you streaming tonight?
I might not. What time? It's kind of 9:23 now. I probably might not. I'll be on tomorrow though. I know I'll be on.
Hey,
Just
definitely
depending.
hit me up. Yeah, I would appreciate it. You just have definitely hit me with a DM, and I'll let you know what time I can do it. Um, I get that. I was thinking about streaming too, but I was just like, nah. I don't stream on
Yeah.
Monday or Tuesdays. I need a break. I'm over here
Yeah.
supposed to be making content for YouTube, and I'm over here slacking because
You know what's the hardest thing? You already know too. I think you said this too. Is the making a schedule, man. I just can't like. I tried, man, and it just the way things work. It's just like, you know what? But I've been seeing that I've kind of been like transitioning into like a 5 o'clock and on schedule. That's
right.
been. I think I'm kind of sticking with that. The weekends are up in the air, you know. But
Yeah,
whatever.
that's how I am because I know I work a 9 to 5 basically. It's
Appreciate.
changing schedule every week, but I know that I am free between the hours of like depending on the day, it was between 7 and 12, and in between that 7 and 12, that's what happened. Nope, neither
Oh.
of us are streaming. I'm sorry. I could play a rerun for you guys. I'll
Yeah,
never do that.
I would
Erase
jump on
that.
home, but I'm not home. I'm actually at my brother's house. Then I have to travel home, and then by the time I get home, I'm gonna be like, yeah, it's kind of late. Let me
Exactly.
watch some
If you,
NBA.
yeah, you want more content, you can follow my YouTube because I got YouTube stuff on there. It's like an hour long right now, so it's like an hour long. You pretend I'm playing with you. Um, but yeah, no, I appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys, those who are here, those who were here before, and as I always say in my streams, you know, those who will be watching this in the future, whoever that may be. I think it was very informative as well. I think the best part is to learn new things. I think the best part of it is to learn about the person that, you know, who's being interviewed
Yeah,
and, you know, all of that great stuff. You know, and it's just like I said before, you know, you make a community and stuff like that. And I told the last couple of people that I streamed or interviewed, you know, me interviewing you allows your viewers to see me and my viewers to see you and
yeah,
see us connecting and then seeing, oh, you know, I might like the McElroy game. Let me check him out. Or I might like Dark25, you know, let me check him out. And it's about community, and I accept that, you know. You're always going to get people from other people's channels,
mm-hmm.
followers, or whatever. Like, if you feel like you can't share followers, then you need to stop trying to be a streamer, you know, because everybody's not going to be for your stream all the time. A lot of people might
Exactly.
watch Ninja, and then someday they might come to your stream and be like, yeah, you know, blah, blah, blah,
Mm-hmm.
blah, blah. It's good to see you, bro, whatever, whatever. But,
Yep.
you know, everybody's different. And, you know, I think that as long as we continue to grow a community and keep helping each other out, that we will all be successful, no matter who it is, no matter who we grab on that's still sitting on the sidelines, still getting one view or whatever, whatever. You know, I think that you just got to support however you can, but don't. I feel like once you get to a certain point in your life where it's like, especially in the streaming life, rather, it's just like, bro, you can't help everyone. You can't. And if you keep and even in my personal life, that's where I'm at right now. Is you can't help everyone.
Yeah.
And sometimes they have to help themselves, or, you know, you just gotta take a step back and say, you know, I will help when I can, but I gotta worry
Yeah.
about myself first. You don't wanna your stream should not suffer from you trying to
Exactly.
help everybody else. And, you
Yep.
know,
Mhm.
because you're like,
Yeah.
oh man, I can't stream. I'm not. I got to stream tonight, but, you know, I'm still watching such and such stream. And I want to support them, or whatever it is. Or, you know, I got like 4 tabs over here open, but I need to use my computer. But if I leave a tab, I can't support them or whatever. Like, your support can come in so many different ways. You could
Exactly.
share posts on IG. You could share their stuff on live. You could do so much. It doesn't
Yep.
just require you to be there. It just requires you to support in some way. Like you
Mhm.
said, you know, I was in, you know, Queen's live today, and I was at work. But I at
Yeah.
least wanted to stop by because I never dropped in her stream before. Well, I think I did the other day, but she was ending it. But I didn't
Mhm.
stop her. Or was that today? That might have been today, I think. Yeah, it must have
Yeah.
today. 'Cause I didn't even know I wasn't following her, and I dropped in her stream, and then I was like, you know, I would like to stay, but I gotta go. I gotta go to work. I just dropped some bits, you know. So, and I just
Exactly.
left. I had to go back to work. You know, that's all you can do. You can't afford bits, drop something else. You know, just let people know that you got to do. And some people some people feel take offense to that. Like, well, why'd you even join anyway if you was going to stay? Bitch, I got work. I got 9 to 5, nigga. Like the fuck.
Unless you gonna put a roof on my head and food in my stomach.
Exactly. You want me to view your stream in a cardboard box outside downtown, nigga? You got me shaking chain talking about?
Yeah,
Can I have some change? Hold on, my favorite streamer said something to me.
That's how, I was like, you're right. There's different levels of support. You know, you can come in and view, you can alert, you can repost saying, hey, this person's live if you want. You know, even like you said, dropping bits. And the thing too about bits is like somebody might drop one bit, and then like somebody dropped one bit, and it's like, this is all I have. I was like, you didn't have to drop anything, so I appreciate whatever you do. You know, yeah, I appreciate your time, so. Don't worry about it. Don't, as long as you show me some level of support, and I'm really thankful for that.
Exactly. Yeah. Family Gamer said, I stream when I have positive things to share, or when I have the emotional energy to help someone who needs it in their life. And that goes back to what I said in another video about mental and positive well-being, not mental positive, mental and physical well-being. That's very important. You can't stream if you're under duress, whether you're tired, whether you're mentally tired, whether you're depressed, or whatever it is. You got to take time for yourself. So if the only time you can stream is when you feel good, then stream when you feel good, you know?
Yeah.
But at that point, you don't want to make false promises to your chat or, your followers or whatever and be like, yeah, guys, I'm going to be on live tomorrow. And, you'll have people that understand, and then you have other people that don't understand because they don't care. They just want to see you stream, whatever it was that you say it is. And I see a lot of people that, have mental wellness that they have to take care of. They'd be like, oh, man, I was going to stream today, but, I didn't feel really good in the head. I feel a little kind of depressed, but I'll be back tomorrow. And then they won't be on for like a week. And I told people this before, I've seen a couple of people that I follow on Instagram that I actually like their content that haven't been on for a long time. And I got worried. So I messaged them. But, didn't get a response because, they're not using that. Arcade said, I feel that I only stream when I'm in the mood. Yeah, so if you stream whenever you can. Don't feel forced to stream just because everybody wants you to stream. If you feel good, stream on every Wednesday, stream on every Wednesday or every Monday. Stream when you feel good. If you stream in the morning, that's cool. If you stream at night, that's cool. Your mood changes. Everybody's different. And I tell people this, and I'm gonna try to end my live after I say this shit. But we live in a country, we live in a world where everyone has a little bit of some type of mental illness, and they need to take care of it. And it's like, it's small. Some things are small and some things are larger. There's so many depressed people, especially now specifically because of COVID-19, because people who are outgoing, extroverted people cannot be themselves. They are stuck like introverts, and that energy of being enclosed in a place is just suffocating. They can't stand it. And that energy just drains out of you. You don't want to do nothing. And then, streaming for me is therapy for PTSD, mostly for beds. And that's good for you. That is that's one of the benefits for gaming and streaming in general that I mentioned before. Morning streams are ghetto. Nigga, get the fuck out of here.
But yeah, family, it's an outlet for you. Some people don't have that type of outlet, but you found that as your outlet, so that's good. And it's not a harmful outlet for you.
No, it's not. It's not harming you at all. Of course, people might say, "Oh, you playing 12-hour games every day, bro." This man over here has a full-time job. He got a roof over his head, and he plays 12 hours of video games, and still has the right or has the ability to afford a $25 crab and some fucking lobster, man. What type of, bullshit is this? So everybody's different. You don't know. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just not a murdering person. Exactly. Keep your shit out of here. I'm just kidding. Morning streams are probably all I'm going to be able to do at some point. If people don't like it, too bad. Yeah. So everybody is different. You're not going to be able to watch everybody's streams. That's why you stream at different times. I streamed in the morning once so far, and it had some flow. but it wasn't like a normal stream. There was nobody around. There wasn't a lot of people around. I know Arcade was there, Queen was there. Then that was it.
You
And
know
then,
what
you
it
know, I
is?
had a few viewerships.
Yeah,
So
and it's for me that I'm not like I'm a not really a morning person either, to you, but for me it's just hard for me to stream in the morning because I'm just like in the bed like that, laying down. I'm like, I'm going back to sleep, or I'm more
exactly.
like vibrant. Or what I do is I use my mornings to do stuff outside. So I need to go grocery shopping. I gotta go do my laundry, or I gotta go get this item and do this and that. And then most of the time I always end up streaming in the afternoon, and it just plays out like that for me every time I'm streaming. So I just go with it, you know.
Secretly Batman.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. Probably. He only stream at night. I only stream at night. I stream once in the morning. I'm Black Man too. Batman, not Black Man. Damn it. You got what I meant. Damn it. But yeah,
Yeah.
you only stream when you can. And going back to what Family Game was talking about, PTSD is very serious, and again, it's another mental thing that people's well-being that needs to be taken care of, especially for your well-being mentally. And everybody suffers from something different, and there's a lot of people again suffer from depression, and doesn't have to be only because of COVID-19 or being quarantined. It could come suffer from their parents beating each other's ass, or parents beating their ass, or just random things that may happen that may have happened as a child or whatever. Everybody has something. While at work, kids at school, it's better for me to stream in the morning when I'm alone, and to help with the anxiety of being home alone. Whenever I finally come up with a schedule, it's going to be paid programming, BET After Hours. Oh, Arcade! I remember that Sims. No, what was that game called? After Party, House Party. If for you viewers who don't know what House Party is, it is a game in which you're at a house party, and your mission is to fuck. Hey, well, I appreciate your son giving me the views. Yeah, we all talking about Arcade here. Thank you, Arcade Son, for the view. I appreciate it. Breaking this up. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the content. But yeah, so everybody uses video games and streaming for different reasons, and sometimes it doesn't even have to be to get popular. And as you said before, you do in streaming does not mean that that's what you're expecting, that's what you want. But the fame and that stuff is coming along the lines because of you being what you're doing, your support, your actual streaming, the stuff that you create. And it's something I saw between. Should I call him Sean Combs? Because I call him P. Diddy all the time. Whatever. That nigga. And so between him, his interview with another nigga. Sorry, it was a white guy. I don't know why I call him another nigga. And a wigger. That dude. They had a conversation and they were like, you didn't do I forgot what they were talking about specifically. They were having a conversation about how, they were doing what they were doing, but they didn't expect the money to come around with it. They were just like, yeah, man, when I did what I was doing, the money started coming, but I was enjoying what I was doing the entire time. But that didn't, the money wasn't what was motivating me the entire time, but it came, and now they're multimillionaires, billionaires, whatever the fuck they is, theirs. And so that's how I approach it. Like I don't need the money from streaming. I just need to stream, and I think that happens with everybody, that reaches such a high level of success nowadays, is that you said, I call white people nigga all the time. It's like the term dude, everybody can get it. The only person that's white I'm going to call nigga is Eminem. And maybe Logic. But that's on the...
Right. Look.
As long as they don't say it back. Oh, they going to say it back. Right behind you. Hey, thank you, Prickin' Angel. We about to end the live though, but you can definitely watch it after I finish posting it, because it's about to be 3 hours and this will be the longest stream. So yeah, Dark, like I said about 50 minutes ago, I appreciate you having a live and just hanging out with me and, hanging out with the viewers and people that would like to have known you better. And for you guys who are enjoying the information, definitely follow Dark. He has a YouTube that he doesn't use. He has an Instagram, and obviously because he's on IG Live. Hey, thank you, Gray Fox, for dropping by. But he makes great content. If you like fighting games, if you like games in general, definitely follow the boy. Oh, he's older than me, so he can be my dad. So, but that would be weird because I'm like not that young, but I won't tell my age yet. You'll have to figure that out. First person to figure out how old I am, I'll give you a free game. Not today though. But yeah, so it's like I think a lot of people could benefit from this. I think a lot of people could benefit from you in general. If you are a streamer and you want to learn how to stream and you want information, I know Dark's DMs will probably be open. I know my DMs is open as well. Ha! 26. I wish. Yes, we know each other. You can't do that. Goddamn, Nick. Anyways, I wish I was 26, but yeah, bro. But thank you very much. And I will definitely. You say you're streaming tomorrow. I won't be. I should be in your stream tomorrow. He my older cousin. I would. What was I gonna say? I would definitely try to be at your stream tomorrow. Of course, like I said, I always work. Work got me working weird hours this week, but the support is there. The love is there, man. I appreciate everything that you helped me with. Even get my stream up and going, or even getting it better. And I know people that benefited you so far, and people that will benefit from you so far. I will also like to thank you. So, thank you.
No, if I learn it, I pass it on. It's not a problem.
I'm glad.
Remember, every expert was once a beginner. We all have to start somewhere. So.
Exactly. And with that, and the live be shall. So, my son, my. What you doing over there, boy? Type shit. Anyways, but yeah, it was great talking to you. Maybe we see each other again. Again, if anybody want to do live arcade, you should do a live. And Yaz too, but she won't because she a punk. Anybody else? Definitely hit my DMs and just let me know. Besides that, I hope you all have a great night. And I will see you all whenever. And if you don't know me yet, you can also follow my Twitch and my Instagram and view my stuff as well. I don't know why I'm not self-promoting here. I should be. Damn it. But yeah. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all later, and you all have a good night.
Peace. Thanks for coming through, y'all.
Exactly. Old people stuff. Y'all thought it was over? Y'all thought it was over? I keep doing that every time I do one of these streams, right? Anyways, it is over. I won't be streaming tonight. It's kind of late, and I have early shift and stuff like that, but y'all guys stay blessed.